A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Crime does not pay.
The third time. All he gets is a scratch.
Well, I couldn't help it. It's tough shooting in a bad light.
Goofy, stop with them peanuts. Lay off, will you?
Can I help it if I like peanuts? What you gonna do, Ron? Try for him again?
After.
After what?
After we move in on the vegetable markets.
Are you sick or something? Always the markets. Nelson's got those sewed up.
And I'm taking over.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear They Gotta Have What to Eat, starring Horace McMahon. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring Horace McMahon as Ron Reynolds in They Gotta Have What to Eat. Every city of any size has its produce markets. There, the small hours of the morning are made bright as day by the naked light bulbs casting their glare over the mounds of vegetables, the piled-up baskets of many-colored fruit. Trucks grind their gears, backing and filing into position so that the rich produce of the nearby truck farms can spill over the tailboards onto the crowded sidewalks. Men in white coats, pencils in their hatbands, rush through the disorder, their voices clamoring against the roar of the truck engines. Other men find their ways amid the baskets and the bright pyramids of eatables to make their choices, order the beans, the carrots, the grapefruit, the apples, all the things they'll offer you at the neighborhood stores after the sun comes up. And some men, like Ron Reynolds and Goofy Mason, lurk in the shadows just beyond the bustle and rush, waiting.
There's Nelson over there, right under the sign says Lanzio.
I see him.
Goofy, get out the peanuts. You make me nervous.
Oh, Ronnie, peanuts never hurt nobody.
They're too noisy. Why don't you eat the salty kind?
Because I like to crack the shells. That's all.
Quick, back in the alley. They're coming.
Yeah. Dum-Dum with him?
Does Johnny Nelson go any place without Dum-Dum? Is he crazy? You ready?
Safety's off the old piece, if that's what you mean.
Okay. Now, like I told you, we only got one chance. As they go by the entrance to the alley, and don't miss.
You betcha.
Back. Here they are. Johnny Nelson's last collection in the vegetable racket was made tonight. Shoot, Goofy. Shoot.
I got him.
Nelson, you got it. Scram, Goofy, scram.
One more, Ron. Just one. Oh, I missed him. Nuts.
No, Goofy, this way. The car's over here.
Yeah. I almost forgot.
Forget everything if I didn't play nursemaid. Everything except peanuts.
I got Nelson for you, didn't I? What's the beef?
Sure, okay. You got Nelson and Miss Dum-Dum.
Don't worry. We'll take care of him. Without his boss, easy. He got no brains, none at all.
Check. Well, any way you look at it, tomorrow night, Ron Reynolds takes over the vegetable racket in this town. Goofy, come in here.
You call me, boss?
Yeah, I called you. See the paper, Halfwit?
Huh? Why, our name's there?
Police are investigating, but admit they have few leads. That's the end of the story.
So? What are you so about?
The beginning. Here. Market shooting brings racket war and open. In the early hours of this morning, John Nelson, well-known operator, get that, operator, was shot near the downtown produce market. Nelson, who received only a flesh wound in his shoulder...
I don't believe it.
While admitting this is the third attack upon him in recent weeks, told reporters he had no idea who fired on him from an alley near the market.
It's a trick. It's a trick. The cops are pulling the trick. I killed them dead.
Flesh wound in the shoulder. You missed. Again.
Yeah. Look, Ron, maybe next time. Maybe next time I ought to use a rifle, huh?
The third time. The third time. And all he gets is a scratch.
I couldn't help it. It's tough shooting in a bad light.
Goofy, will you stop with them peanuts? Will you lay off?
Well, can I help it if I like peanuts? Well, what you going to do, Ron? Try for him again?
After.
After what?
After we move in on the vegetable markets.
Are you sick or something? Always the markets. Nelson's got those sewed up.
And I'm taking over.
But there's other rackets.
But not so steady. Can't I get it through your thick skull? The markets are always there. Always. And a few pennies up on the cost. The suckers what buy don't mind. They can't mind. They can't quit buying. On account of they gotta have what to eat.
Gentlemen, what I can do for you?
You, Lanzio?
Yes, sir. Lanzio Company. Finest, freshest fruit and vegetables in the whole of market.
Okay. My card.
Huh?
And this is my assistant, Mr. Mason.
Hiya, Lanzio.
Oh. Is that all?
Race Protective Association Satisfaction Guaranteed. Ron Reynolds, General Manager.
We're ready, Lanzio, to protect you against everything and everyone. Get me?
I already belong.
Not to me, not yet, you don't.
I belong with Mr. Nelson, I belong.
Maybe you better join with me, too.
Yeah, maybe you better.
Already it costs too much.
No more than trouble will cost, and what do you care? You'll just jack the price a couple of cents. The retailers will jack theirs a couple of cents. Won't cost you nothing. Only the consumers.
Look, young man, I told you once, I belong to Mr. Nelson. I pay him. I'm not joined with nobody else. Now go, out, quick.
Ron, you want I should maybe...
Not now, Goofy. Maybe later. For now, we'll just drop across the street to see Mr. Ellis. Good day, Mr. Lanzio.
No good, hoodlums. Some day, honest people to fix you good.
Hey, what's the idea, boss? Why don't you let me give him a sample of what he
Not
gets?
ready for that yet. First, we grab off a couple of his competitors. See? Then, when things begin to happen to Lanzio and his competitors are left alone, he'll come around. It's easy. Like that. Nice place this Ellis has.
Yeah, but where is he? I don't see nobody.
Back there. At the phone.
Yes, gentlemen.
You, Ellis?
I am. Don't bother with the card routine. Now, Reynolds, I know.
That's so. You get around.
Just by telephone. My friend Vincent Lanzio across the street.
Oh, you're a wise guy.
Hold it, Goofy. What Lanzio tell you, Ellis?
About you. And I'm telling you I work with Nelson, see? So you're wasting your time.
Think so, do you?
I know so. Now, look, son, Nelson has this market in his back pocket. Why don't you peddle your protection someplace else?
I like it here. The fruit smells so fresh.
Just a country boy at heart.
I'd hate to see it go bad on you.
Don't worry about that. Johnny Nelson will keep it fresh for me. That's what I pay him for. And take a tip, son. Scram. Lanzio's called Nelson and told him about you already.
Hey, what's the big idea, you guys? Get out of the road. I gotta get this load to the market before it spoils.
That's what you think, fella.
Hey, don't shoot. I won't do nothing.
You're so right about that. Okay, Goofy. Start dumping the load.
What's the big idea?
You said that before. Goofy, get going.
Okay, boss, okay.
Oh, brother. All that beautiful spinach. Wait till Ellis and Lanzio hear about this.
Now you're catching on. You tell him, see? Tell him Ron Reynolds dumped your load. Maybe they'll get smart after all. This is it. It says Lanzio and Company on the door. Get the cap off the gas tank, Goofy. Check. Such a pretty truck. All red and yellow. Like squash and tomatoes. Shame to spoil it.
Huh? Hey, I don't get it. You going soft or something?
Me? Soft? Here goes. Straight from the beach. Finest sand available. Free for the taking and just perfect in the gas line of a truck. Oh, what that'll do to the fuel pump. Goofy, dump in a few of your peanut shells, just for good measure. All right, Lanzio? Had enough?
You no good, you hoodlum.
Listen to the man, Goofy. Listen to him. His trucks get dumped. His engines get ruined with sand and the gasoline, and all he could do was call us names. Okay? What do you expect to do about it?
Mr. Lanzio doesn't have to do anything. He pays me for protection, Reynolds. Holy jumping cats, Nelson. Surprised? Well, why should you be? Mr. Mason, meet your opposite number, Mr. Dum-Dum Broad. He'd just love to put one of his soft-nosed lead slugs in your belly. Wouldn't you, Dum-Dum?
And how, Chief? And how?
Who are you? Hold it, Goofy.
Well, you're very quiet all of a sudden, Reynolds.
When I got something to say, I'll talk.
Okay. What do you got to say to this? Get out of this area. This is my territory. Go find yourself some penny-ante racket. Food is mine in this town. You get it?
Yours, Nelson? Maybe up to now it's been yours. Take the gun, Goofy.
Check.
No, naughty boy. Naughty boy.
In your life, Nelson. Let him have it, Goofy.
Stay away from here, Reynolds. Next time we'll shoot first and talk afterwards.
I think I nicked Dum-Dum.
Not Nelson. Not Johnny Nelson. A louse has a charm life. But there's got to be a way to get that guy. There's got to. Just let me get him alone sometime.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with They Gotta Have What to Eat. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Horace McMahon as Ron Reynolds in They Gotta Have What to Eat. Ron and Goofy bided their time and nursed their hurt dignity. A would-be racketeer cannot run from an opponent before witnesses and save face. So Ron and Goofy waited for the break that would give them Johnny Nelson alone. With Nelson out of the way, the food rackets could be Ron's. Several weeks passed. Everything seemed quiet. Nelson continued to collect his protection fees which were paid for in the end by the people who bought the food Nelson had taxed at the wholesale source. And then Ron recognized the opportunity when it came.
Here it is, Goofy. There it is.
Here's what? Our chance at Nelson?
But death. Look here, in that paper.
Look at the doll. How does sloppy as Nelson rate a babe like that?
He's got the dough, Goofy. If you had his kind of dough, you could get him, too.
I can get him right now.
Like this one?
Well, maybe not exactly like that one, but, let's see what it says here. Caught by our photographer at the Club Arnold last night. Well-to-do produce operator John Nelson with Miss Jill Avery, whom he has been escorting recently. Get that? Whom he has been escorting recently. So what? Does it do us any good?
Could be.
How?
That picture's important, Goofy, for a lot of reasons.
For instance?
One, how many times have you seen Nelson's mug in the papers?
Oh, I don't know. Once or twice, maybe?
Usually with his hat over his puss. Okay? Here he is, big as life, grinning at the camera. So, okay. Johnny Nelson is getting careless. Things are easy, he thinks. Maybe too easy. Go on. Dum-Dum in that picture?
Nah, he wouldn't take Dum-Dum to a classy joint like that.
Right. Which might give us an opening, too. And finally, the dame. She's not looking at Nelson, but she's mighty interested in something or somebody on the other side of the room. See her eyes?
Yeah, so what?
Jill Avery has a roving eye, Goofy. I think the first step is getting it to rove in my direction. Pardon me, but you're Jill Avery, aren't you?
And what if I am?
I'm Ron Reynolds, Miss Avery. I've been hoping to meet you for a long time. May I sit down?
So you're Reynolds. Yes. Yes, sit down, Mr. Reynolds.
Thank you. You sound surprised.
I am. You're not at all as Johnny described you.
That's so. How did he describe it?
Well, Mr. Reynolds, he didn't exactly describe you. But the impression I had was that you were just another, shall we say, operator with a gun in one hand and a blackjack in the other.
So, you're surprised?
And, rather pleasantly.
May I say I'm surprised, too?
Pleasantly, I hope.
Well, perhaps. I didn't think Johnny Nelson left his valuables without proper protection.
I understand what you're driving at, Mr. Reynolds. But you don't see any ownership labels on me, do you?
Now, that sounds as if you were a bit peeved with my friend John.
A bit. When your date gets a phone call and just walks away from you, wouldn't you be peeved? If you were a girl.
Particularly if I were a beautiful girl.
Oh, you turned that very nicely, Mr. Reynolds. You said you've been wanting to meet me. Why?
I've seen your pictures. I've seen you. Isn't that enough?
You know, I like the way you talk, Mr. Reynolds. Go on. Go on as long as you want. I like you, Ronnie.
You're way up on my list, too. Funny, though.
The way we met?
No. The two guys in your life, Ronnie and John.
And if they ever met in my place,
maybe we ought to meet.
Ron, you are crazy.
I mean it, Jill. Why should Johnny and I be enemies? We got together, we could run this town. How about it, honey? You start the deal. You might even get a cut of the take yourself.
Yeah, why not? After all, a girl's best friend is her bank account.
Dum-Dum's alone, all right. Yeah, there he is. How'd you know, boss?
The one asset I have in common with Nelson has Nelson on the string tonight.
Huh? You got something in common with Nelson?
Cherchez the fin, Goofy. Remember little Jill? Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, Dum-Dum. This is it.
Reynolds, don't try nothing. You won't get away with it.
Won't I? Show 'em, Goofy. And this time, don't miss.
No, don't!
And that is that.
Drag his body into the alley. Quick. Then meet me. You know where.
Ron, I'm sorry I'm late. I had an awful time with Johnny.
Why? What happened?
Oh, he's jealous and suspicious. And when I talked to him about you, he drew conclusions.
Now, how would he figure I was getting close to you?
He couldn't know we'd been too careful. But he wondered why I was so interested in getting both of you together and all.
You sell him a bill of goods?
Well, I got him to believe I was afraid he might get hurt again, but that's as far as I got. He's upset about Dum-Dum, too.
Why?
Well, he hasn't heard from him in 3 hours. And this was collection night down in the market. Ronnie, I don't think tonight's a good night for you to just walk in on him. There's no telling what he'll do.
You leave that to me. Got the key, sweetie?
Yes.
Yes.
No, Ronnie, I won't.
Yes, baby. You want this trouble settled, don't you? You want your commission, don't you?
Ronnie, I won't give you the key, but I'll open the door for you.
Okay, baby. Suits me.
This is the floor. Funny. Lights must have burned out.
Which door, sugar?
This one. Wait, I can hardly see it. Yeah, this is the key. Ron, you're sure this is the way you want to do it? Just walking on him like this?
It's the only way, baby. Let's go.
All right, then.
Which room, Jill? Honey?
Right across the living room. Right over there.
Right. Goofy. You there?
Yeah, right behind you.
Ron, what are you up to?
I got him, boss.
Good. Now listen, Joe. One sound out of you, you'll get what Nelson's going to get. Jump on the couch. Too scared to plead.
Ron, you double-crossed me.
This is done. You'll be my girl. Come on, Goofy.
You should have let me sample, boss.
Okay, Nelson. You got visitors.
Yeah, visitors. How'd you get in here?
We had the key.
You had the key. I'll beat that dame to death to help me.
You'll beat nobody. I got a proposition. Interested?
With a gun in my face, can I help myself?
You'll notify your association that I'm your representative while you're away. Then, out of town.
Are you crazy? Dum-Dum will handle you.
Tell him, Goofy.
Dum-Dum's got a hole in his head. The back of his head, I put it there. Oh, you think you get everything under control, don't you, Randall?
I know it. What's the answer to my proposition?
The answer is, get out. Get out and don't try anything. Better than you'll be when I get my hands on you.
Do you really think you'll ever get your hands on anybody, Nelson?
And how? You're too smart to dump me, Reynolds. I've never seen a gun that had my number on it. And you know my boys will find you, even with Dum-Dum out of the way.
Well, lock, Goofy. I don't want the dame in here.
Lock.
Get behind him.
No, you don't.
Yes, he does.
You can't. From the back again, Goofy?
Not Goofy. Me. And from the front. I want you to see the gun with your number on it. Hold his ears.
Check and...
Okay. Hold steady, Goofy. See the pretty little pistol, Nelson? With a little round hole in the front of it? There's a little round bullet in the chamber, Nelson. And it's got your number carved on it.
Now, Reynolds, you're nuts.
Hold him, Goofy. Let him drop, Goofy.
Right, boss.
Now let's get out of here. Place stinks gunpowder.
Ronnie, you shot him. You killed Johnny.
He lived too long. We tried too many times at long range. Are you coming with us, babe, or are you staying here?
You monster. You crossed me. You killed Johnny.
Shut up. Get on your feet. We can't leave you here. Grab it, Goofy.
Get away from me.
Shut up, kid. I do like I'm told.
Let's go. Come on.
Go away, Reynolds. Don't reach. Don't move your hands. All right, check the place, boys. Did the woman call the police, miss?
Yes, I was. They killed Johnny Nelson and Dum-Dum. Nelson's inside. Inside there.
Jill, you're fired. Shut up.
That'll be all for now, Reynolds. You can speak your piece in court. Till then, keep your trap shut. Now, take him down to the squad car, men. By the looks of that bedroom, there's a job here for the morgue detail.
Crime does not pay. Horace McMahon, who was starred as Ron Reynolds in They Gotta Have What to Eat, will be back with you in just a moment. here in person is Horace McMahon.
Well, it's true that the failure of men like the Prado stealers in this story to get together and fight back gives racketeers and gangsters the chance to prey on our pocketbooks. It's also true that there's no excuse for men like Ron Reynolds. Reynolds chose the life he led of his own free will. In the end, he reached the point where he enjoyed violence for its own sake and killing for the sense of power it gave him. But in the end also, Reynolds learned, as they all learned, that he could not win forever. Reynolds found out, as they all find out, that crime does not pay.
Thank you, Mr. McMahon. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Mark B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gard. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turkis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you've just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental. This is Bob Williams speaking.
Crime does not pay. Drop it, Martha. Drop it.
I'll kill you first.
Not if I can help it, my lady.
Michael, you're twisting my wrist. My gun's against my chest.
Isn't it? And my finger's over yours. On the trigger.
Michael, I didn't mean it. Don't.
Perhaps you didn't mean it, my lady, but I did.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear Voice of Death, starring John Loder. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring John Loder as Michael Watkins in Voice of Death. Before anything else, Michael Watkins had charm. He was debonair. He was fatal to women, mostly between the ages of 40 and 50. Therefore, Michael Watkins had two sources of income: the women he cared to draw upon, and his great skill as a ventriloquist in the English music halls. Both paid him well, very well indeed. The occasion upon which this story of Michael begins is one evening in a London theater, as he concludes his bows to the applauding audience, and with his famous dummy, Mickey, turns toward his dressing room.
Well, Mickey, we did it once again, didn't we?
Thanks for the wee, Mike. Thanks very much.
Michael, darling, you were marvelous.
Say, Mike, she's here again.
Mickey, is that the way to talk about the love of our life?
Never mind the our life. Yours, not mine.
Michael, will you stop talking to that wicked doll and pay some attention to me?
Martha, my dear, it's long past Mickey's bedtime. He really doesn't know what he's saying. But once he's where he belongs, you'll have all my attention, dear, as always.
I will not share you with anyone. Now, hurry, darling. Take off that silly makeup so you'll look like my Michael. Hurry now.
You heard the lady, Mike. Why stand there?
I'm on my way, son, on my way. 10 minutes at the longest, Martha.
Hello, Mike.
Mike, we're set upon from all sides.
Do I hear any complaints? Now leave me alone with the lady. Into your box. There. Now, Dorothy. Sweetheart, where did you pop from?
To be exact, from behind that screen. To be informative,
from an airplane ticket office.
Oh, Paris for the weekend, darling? Will you excuse me if I take my makeup off?
Of course. Not Paris for the weekend, Mike. America forever.
But you can't, sweetheart.
After all we've been to each other, save it, Mike. Save it for the Martha Wingate.
What do you know about Martha Wingate?
I'm not my father's daughter for nothing, Mike. Dad is one of the wealthiest men in America because he always checked every investment thoroughly. I've been thinking about investing my life with you, Mike. So I checked.
So that's why you're going home.
No, for 2 reasons, darling, neither of which do I expect you to understand. First, my father's old and ill and wants his only daughter with him. Second, I have some pride, Mike. Enough pride to say to you, if you love me as you've said, you'll follow me.
But I can't. My career.
Mickey will find another voice for himself. If you really want me. Goodbye, Mike. Goodbye.
Well. But Martha's waiting, isn't she, Michael? Isn't she, old boy?
Here, Michael, darling. Read this.
I, Martha Wingate, being of sound mind, and so on, so on, so on, leave all my real and personal property, with certain exceptions hereinafter described, to Michael Watkins, for whose love and kindness to me at a time when I most needed them. Martha, you haven't cut off your family for me.
I have no family. No one. The exceptions are my servants and a charity or 2.
What have I told you, my dear Martha, that I've been playing for bigger stakes than this?
I don't understand, Michael. What more can I give to you?
I have no intention of marrying you, my dear. But I needed wherewithal to put me in a position to lay hands on more money and power than you ever dreamed of.
How? By marrying that American?
Leave it to a woman's instinct. Think of it, Martha. Not only tremendous wealth and the power that goes with it, but youth and beauty as well. 2 assets which I'm afraid you do not possess any longer.
I don't believe my ears. I don't. I can't. Here on the desk. The letters you wrote. I tied them with ribbon. I believed them.
Did you really, or did you only want to believe them? Isn't it possible, my dear Martha, that all along you knew the ending might be like this? That is why you kept your little pistol there with my letters?
Yes, the pistol there, I knew. I suppose I knew. That's why you're very right, Michael. But I think you made one mistake. One mistake. You expect me to use the pistol on myself, not on you.
Martha, I'm going to take that gun away from you.
No, Michael, don't move. Don't move.
Drop it, Martha, drop it.
I'll kill you first.
If I can help it, Martha.
Michael, twisting my wrist. The gun's against my chest.
Isn't it? And my fingers over yours, on the trigger.
Oh, Michael, I didn't mean it. Don't.
Perhaps you didn't mean it, my lady, but I did. Yes?
Oh, Mr. Michael Watkins.
Yes.
My credentials.
I see. Scotland Yard, Sergeant White. Come in, Sergeant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
May I say I've been expecting you?
Oh, have you indeed, Mr. Watkins?
Yes. When I was informed of poor Martha's way out and the gesture of her will, the papers were rather descriptive of my letters near the body and all that. Well, I rather expected that you fellows wouldn't close the case without seeing me. What can I do for you, Sergeant?
Did you expect Mrs. Wingate to take her own life, Mr. Watkins?
As a matter of fact, I thought her many threats were jealous hysteria.
Oh, I see. And she had reason to be jealous?
I warned her often that there might be a younger woman one day. She refused the inevitable when it came.
Well, you were honest, at any rate.
I try to be, always. Is there any reason for any other verdict than suicide, Sergeant? If so, I offer any help I can give to track down the killer.
Oh, no. Nothing, Mr. Watkins. Just the small fact that the wound... Well, it struck me that Mrs. Wingate's wrist must have been bent at a very sharp angle to permit the bullet to enter where it did.
You don't miss very much, do you, Sergeant?
However, the medical examiner assures me that it could have been done. You seem quite prepared to accept the limelight as the cause of Mrs. Wingate's self-destruction.
Well, now, do I have any choice?
Apparently, no. Well, Mr. Watkins, I wanted to meet you, and having seen you, if you'll excuse me now...
Naturally. Anything I can do, just call on me.
Oh, we shall. As a matter of fact, my superiors have given me leave to request that you remain within reach until further notice. Good day, Mr. Watkins.
Whew. Apparently no time to lose. That you, Pence?
Who's asking?
Mike Watkins, remember?
Yeah. The lad I taught a few tricks to not so long ago.
I need your help, Pence. I'll pay well.
You birds always do. What is it? A check you want signed? With someone else's name?
No. That I could do myself after all you've taught me, Pence. I want a complete set of identity papers from the photostat of birth certificate on up. I want them in the name of Martin Williams. Get that. Martin Williams, and I want them fast. I'm getting out of the country, Pence, as quickly as I can.
Michael, you did follow me.
Darling, the name's not Michael, it's Martin. Martin Williams.
That's the one thing I don't understand. Oh, the porter will have your bags at the street level, dear. Come on, we go this way. Why did you change your name?
I didn't. Williams is my right name. Watkins was a stage name. Ditto, Martin, and Michael. And passports must be in legal names, you know, like birth certificates.
Oh, then that explains it. I couldn't understand. One night a call comes from a transatlantic liner of Mr. Williams, person to person, to me. Mr. Williams wishes to speak to Miss Dorothy Spencer, and then to hear your voice, to know you're on the way. Oh, Michael, you're a devil.
Will your father appreciate a devil, Dorothy?
My father appreciates success, and you're a successful devil. Is Mickey with you?
I've abandoned Mickey.
Oh, no, he was cute.
That's done with, sweet. I came into a little money, and while I can't take it out of England, we might go back there and live on it, darling, if necessary.
Oh, that's for years from now. Come along and meet Father.
Is he expecting a ventriloquist?
He's expecting the man I love.
Well, darn nice of him to come to the pier this way.
Oh, Dad insists on doing all sorts of things he never did before. Michael, Dad's far from well, and he knows it. I'm so glad I came home in time.
I see. And so am I. Glad I came to America in time.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with Voice of Death. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring John Loder as Michael Watkins in Voice of Death. A new country meant just one thing to Michael Watkins, a new field to conquer with his one great weapon, his charm. But Michael was wise. He limited this new field, at least for the moment, to Dorothy Spencer and her father. True, the music hall ventriloquist, Michael Watkins, was gone, and his passport named him Martin Williams. But Dorothy insisted that he accept Mike as a nickname, and Mike he became, not only to Dorothy, but to her father as well. The months went by. Mike was a permanent fixture in the Spencer household.
You want me, sir?
Yes, Mike. I want to talk to you. How long have you been in America now?
4 months and 10 days, Mr. Spencer.
Ah, yes. You've been my confidential secretary.
All that time but 3 weeks. And I deeply appreciate your confidence, Mr. Spencer, if I may say so.
All right, you said it. Unnecessary, my boy. I couldn't give you my confidence. I certainly couldn't let you have my daughter. That's what I want to talk to you about while Dorothy isn't in the house.
I'm listening, sir.
Dorothy is going to be a very rich girl. Extremely so. I'm glad she set her heart on someone who will help her afterwards.
You can count on me, Mr. Spencer.
I'll haunt you if I find I can't, Mike. And with a heart like mine, you never know when the haunting may begin. Of course, Dorothy isn't getting everything. In fact, only about 1/3.
I see.
Even that will give her more than most. The other 2/3 after taxes is going toward the foundation of a new university. Now, when a man has no son, he wants his name perpetuated in some way. You understand, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. I understand.
I wanted you to know this. I don't believe in surprises. That's all, son. I think I'll take that nap now.
Yes, sir. Rest well. 1/3. Only 1/3. We'll see about that.
My darling, I just got in. Is anything wrong?
No, of course not.
Well, you look as if you'd been struck by lightning.
Nothing as drastic as that, darling.
Then tell me what.
I'd rather not yet. Everything will be all right. I'll see to that.
Who's there? Who turned on the lights?
I did, sir.
Oh. What do you want, Mike? Is Dorothy...
Dorothy's perfectly all right as far as I know.
Oh. Well, then, what on earth are you waking me for at 2 o'clock in the morning?
I want you to change your will.
What? I'll do no such thing.
I think you'd better.
Are you crazy?
No, just young and strong with a good heart.
Is this a threat, sir? Leave my pillow alone, you hear? Let me up. If you think this will change my mind...
I've taken care of that. Taken care of it to a point already.
You're smothering me.
Don't fight, Mr. Spencer. Just slip away. Your heart won't take much. Make it easy for yourself. There. Even easier than I thought. Now, prop the body on the pillows. Good. The bells. Here. So, cook. And yes, butler. Excellent. Papers ready. Fountain pen. All set. Come in.
Oh, Mr. Williams, there's something wrong. Mr. Spencer, is it...
You rang, Mr. Spencer? Oh, Cook and Mr. Williams, too? Is he... Has he...
Shut the door, please. Not yet, but he's quite low. He called me a few minutes ago.
Oh, have you sent for the doctor, Mr. Williams?
I will, as soon as we've accomplished what Mr. Spencer wants done. So quickly, please.
Oh, anything, sir.
Of course, Mr. Williams.
Mr. Spencer's made his will. What's that, sir?
To be legal, they must know I'm in my right mind, that I want them myself to witness the instrument.
Yes, sir. Now, please, save your strength. Did you hear that, Mrs. Mallory?
Oh, yes, I heard. I heard.
And you too, Davis?
Yes, sir. He spoke quite clearly.
Now, here's the pen. Mr. Spencer signed it while he still had the strength. Here, you know his handwriting. Just there. And there. Now I'll call the doctor.
open the wall safe, Mike?
Of course, my dear.
You had access to that safe, Mr. Williams. I thought only Miss Spencer and her father.
Well, Mike was Dad's confidential secretary these past months, Mr. Mason. He knows the combination, too.
I see. Well, a man doesn't keep his lawyer up to date on everything, I suppose. Open it, will you, please?
Why, certainly. There you are, Mr. Mason.
Thank you. Ah, yes. These leases are familiar. And this is the first share of stock he ever bought. He told me once he'd never sell it. Yes, papers. Okay. Oh, this is the will I drew for him.
There seems to be one more envelope here, same size as that one.
Yeah, no harm in opening it. Why, this is another will.
Another one?
Yes, of a later date. Here, let me see. A complete change of heart. His entire estate to you, Miss Spencer. In trust with Mr. Williams here.
I'm honored. I'm truly honored.
A change of heart?
You didn't know the contents of the will I drew?
No, of course not.
Oh, well, briefly, 1/3 to you directly, 2/3 for the founding of a university to bear the Spencer name. Now, you realize, both of you, that when two instruments appear like this, the signatures must be authenticated.
Is that the usual procedure in this country?
Oh, yes, purely a matter of form. I'm certain everything will be in proper order. Miss Spencer, I asked you here to my office in strictest confidence.
You sound as if something terrible were happening.
On your honor, on your father's name, not a word beyond this room.
Oh, of course not.
The second will. The signature was far too perfect. It's definitely a tracing. Analysis reveals the faint carbon lines of the tracing.
It's a forgery?
I'm afraid so, and I'm afraid I must ask you to sign this paper. It's permission to exhume your father's body. The police have requested it.
There it is, Mr. Mason. Medical examiner's report.
Evidence of possible suffocation. Death definitely not from heart failure, as certificate presumed. But this is incredible, Lieutenant. It's simply incredible.
Not to us, Counselor. Not with a motive as strong as that forged will.
But surely you don't suspect Miss Spencer.
Oh, definitely not. But we've been doing some checking, sir, including several telephone conversations with the Criminal Investigation Division of the London Police.
Scotland Yard?
Exactly. I wonder, Mr. Mason, if you could arrange a meeting between Miss Spencer and myself.
Lieutenant Allison, I can't. I just can't. If what you believe is true, I'll never be able to live with myself. Not ever.
Well, he was an old man, Miss Spencer. His time was very short in any case. And there is such a thing as justice.
You said Cook's story puzzles you. About Dad speaking to her the night he died.
It does.
Mike was a ventriloquist in England.
Well, that fits. It fits everything. Miss Spencer, will you go along with our plan?
Yes, oh yes, only quickly or I shall do something terrible myself. Mike, a moment, will you please?
Why, of course. Oh, something about the will?
Yes, Michael, about the will. I think you know Mr. Mason and Mrs. Mallory Davis. And this is Lieutenant Allison. Homicide.
Well, Mr. Williams, Lieutenant Allison has a few questions.
Why, certainly, Lieutenant. Anything at all.
Thank you. Mr. Williams, I think you should know that the will, which gave you control of Mr. Spencer's fortune, was a forgery.
Impossible.
But true. Definitely proven true. The signature was a tracing. Mr. Spencer never signed that will. Mrs. Mallory and Davis here never saw him sign it.
That's true. You said yourself that night he signed it before we came to the room.
You're imagining things, Mrs. Mallory.
Davis says the same thing. Tell him, Davis.
Well, I told it to you already, Lieutenant. I had no idea Mrs. Mallory had said the same thing before.
But he spoke to you, told you himself.
Let me read you this, Williams. It's addressed Lieutenant James Allison.
Michael Watkins, well-known ventriloquist, disappeared from London. Check of American consulate, revealed photostat, birth certificate, one Martin Williams. Check of information on certificate, revealed same forgery. If Williams ventriloquist, this office interested. Doubt concerning suicide, Martha Wingate. Send fingerprints. Signed White, CID London. Your fingerprints are on the way. We found them on both wills. And Miss Spencer here says she knew you in London as Watkins. Well, Watkins?
There is such a thing as justice.
Mason Davis, look out!
You won't take me!
All right.
Lieutenant, is he dead?
No, miss. I'm a better shot than that. He'll stand trial. As we both said, there's such a thing as justice.
Crime does not pay. John Loder, who was starred as Michael Watkins in Voice of Death, will be back with you in just a moment. Now, here in person is John Loder.
Obviously, there was nothing about Michael Watkins that might be counted excusable or even as a saving grace. This man was evil, preying as he did upon weaker members of the so-called weaker sex and upon those who could not defend themselves. But there was an end and a retribution for Michael Watkins in this story, and as a punishment for everyone of his ilk in real life. Watkins made one mistake, and that was enough. Our prisons and death houses are filled with people who made mistakes. But the greatest mistake of all is made when the person contemplating criminal action forgets or fails to realize that crime does not pay.
Thank you, Mr. Loder. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Marks B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gart. Technical consultant is Burton B. Turkis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you have just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental.
Does not pay.
It was easy, Julie. Easy as swiping an apple from a fruit stand. Now I'm in with the big shots.
And they pay you enough so you can buy me a ring like this?
What they pay me don't count. What I pick up on the side, that is something else again.
Pick up? But that's muslin Inrex. They'll kill you.
What they don't know won't hurt me.
They'll find out. They always know. Men like that.
They will make more money than ever before. When that happens, they never ask questions. Men like that.
I know about the brothers. They like to hear people scream.
I know about them, too. They'll never hear me scream. Now stop worrying, darling. If there's any screaming to do, let their brothers do it. When the time comes, I will see to that.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear The Recruit, starring Charles Corbett. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring Charles Corbin as Rex Barrett in The Recruit. The vast majority of our American cities began as villages. As they grew and spread, each succeeding generation of builders left its mark in styles of architecture in the direction of the expanding built-up areas. Behind each mark, deterioration set in. The old houses began to sag. Dirt accumulated. The people who lived in the old houses remained there, mostly because they could not afford to go anywhere else. Thus, the slums came to American cities, and with them, the people of the slums. Occasionally, the younger generation managed to get away. Mostly, they stayed. And the stronger among them began to exploit the weak. This was the pattern into which Rex Barrett was born. This was the pattern within which Marty and Richie Amboy, the brothers, operated and grew wealthy. Typical of their operations was the visit Richie and his henchman Hatchet paid to Pop Sanders' candy store.
We're here, Pop.
Yeah, we're here.
Payday, Pop.
I told your brother I got nothing to pay.
You got a cash register. Pay.
When I pay you, I got to raise the sodas, the cones. I lose customers.
Cut it, Pop. Every other store around here pays. They had to raise their prices, so you get their customers. Now you pay.
I don't do it.
All right, Hatchet. The counter.
With pleasure. No, you don't do it.
Shut up. Already fixing that counter is going to cost more than we charge in a month for protection against accidents. Now pay.
I don't do it. I'll call the policeman. You hear? I'll call the cops.
All right, Hatchet. Let me hear him scream.
With pleasure. No, give me.
Good work, Hatchet. Good work. Now you got a busted arm, Pop, and a doctor bill to get it fixed. Next time, the other arm and maybe a leg or two. We'll be back. You'll pay. Let's go, Hatchet. All right, back to the office, Hatchet. Check.
Mind if I come along, Mr. Amboy?
We got company in the back seat, Hatchet.
You want I should start, boss?
No. If he talks fast enough, my heater won't go off. He's covered. Keep driving. You hear a backfire, just drive out to the dumping ground instead of the office. All right, now start spieling, you.
I'm Rex Barrett.
So what? Never heard of you.
I want to work for you and your brother.
Just like that. You want to work for me and Marty. Why?
I want to make dough. There's nothing in a legit job, not enough for me.
All right, keep talking.
I know about you and your brother. I see you going to the candy store. Leave the car. When you busted the old geezer's flipper, I hopped in the back seat. Look, Mr. Amboy, I want to learn the business. You and your brother are the best guys to learn from I know of. I'm strong and I keep my mouth shut. Let me work for you, will you?
You hear him, Hatchet? He thinks me and Marty is good teachers. Well, what do you know?
A wise guy.
Or a smart guy. Okay, Barrett. I'll take you to Marty. And if he okays you, you're in.
Oh, Rex. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I kind of like the way it sparkles in the light myself.
Oh, me with a diamond ring. Oh, thanks, Rex. Thanks.
There's going to be more from where that came from, baby. If you're nice to me.
If I'm nice to you. Oh, Rex. Rex. How's that?
For a sample, not bad.
For his sample, this isn't bad either. How'd you get it, darling? How? Where?
I'm working for the Amboys.
The Amboys? Well, how, Rex? How'd you get with them?
It was easy, Julie. Easy as swiping an apple from a fruit stand. Now I'm in with the big shots.
And they pay you enough so you can buy me a ring like this?
What they pay me don't count. What I pick up on the side, that's something else again.
Pick up? That's muscling in, Rex. They'll kill you.
What they don't know won't hurt me.
They'll find out. They always know. Men like that.
They'll make more money than ever before. When that happens, they never ask questions. Men like that.
I know about the brothers. They like to hear people scream.
I know about them, too. They'll never hear me scream. Now, stop worrying, darling. If there's any screaming to do, let the brothers do it. When the time comes, I will see to that.
Come on in, Barrett. Marty and I want to see you a minute.
Something wrong, boss?
Marty's got something to say to you.
How do you do it, Barrett?
How do I do what, Mr. Amboy?
You've doubled the take in a district we've always had trouble with.
Anything wrong with that?
Not yet. But there could be.
What Marty means, Barrett, is that you push people too far. They yell copper.
Not in my territory. You took me on. I want to make good. I have. Haven't I?
Too good, maybe. Ease off. Now get out.
But I don't see how...
You heard my brother, huh? Beat it now. And ease off. Understand?
Sure.
How'd you make out, Rex?
Okay for now. Who's this?
This is Luck Baylor.
So what?
It's like this, Barrett. I've worked with Hatchet here a long time. Tells me you're doing good, so I figure maybe you need another man.
How do I know you're the man? If I need one.
Tell him, Hatchet.
Well, Lug's the best man with an ice pick in the business.
I see. Why are you bringing him to me and not in there?
I've been in the business a long time, Rex. I know who's coming up and who's going down. That's how I stay alive.
I take that as the estimate of an expert. Okay, Lug, you're on. As for you, Hatchet, don't ever count on me going down. Now let's get out of this crummy joint. Okay, Bookie, pay.
I paid off once this week. I don't get enough to stand it twice. And I got hit by a 10-to-1 shot today.
Same story as last week. All right, Hatchet.
No, not the rope. I twisted that. Twisted.
How's this? Let him go. Now, pay off to me. If you breathe through the amboys, you'll get it all the way, understand?
I expected more interest this week than I got, Rex. Honest, I did.
Shut up,
Honest.
Penny Squeeze.
Listen.
You got your interest. You
Yeah,
gave
but-
the amboys that cut. I know. Now you pay me.
They'd kill me and they'll get you. You can't cut it on them. You're crazy, Rex.
Maybe. I don't think so. I'll make up my own mind. About you, my mind is made up. Look, go ahead.
No. I want to live. I want to live.
No trouble at all when you know where to give him the pick.
Rex, Bookie squealed.
What? All right. Take care of it.
Hey, ain't Drew coming along?
I'm waiting for Julie. She was due here 10 minutes ago. Something's wrong.
Oh, Dames is late.
Not Julie. She knows I don't like it. I'm waiting. You and Luck take care of the bookie. I'm waiting for Julie.
Let me go. I'm late now. Rex will figure this and come after me. Let me go, and I'll never tell him he snatched me. Let me go. I never did anything. I never took anything from you. Let me go.
She's got a pretty face, huh, Richie?
Yeah.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me. It's not me. I didn't do anything. Untie me. Let me go.
Shut up. I'm sick of you.
You heard my brother. Shut up.
You're going back to your Rex.
Would that be nice, huh?
And when you see him, you tell him we said he ain't too long for this world. Unless he gets out of town in 2 hours.
Then you let me go, huh?
Of course we're letting you go.
How could we send a message to Rex? In fact, we're taking you back to him.
In our big black car with the bulletproof windows. And when you see him, If you can see, you talk to him. When you're able to talk again. She screams good, don't she, Richie? Tell him we know he chiseled on the tank. That Hatchet and the Lug are working for him. That he killed Penny Squeaker. That he tried to murder him. That he's finished. That he's done in this town. Done once and for all. Finished.
Damaged, I'm sorry. When it can talk, you get a message.
Julie. Elton, Julie. Hatchet, love.
You won't die. You'll be like new. Like new.
What's going on?
What's the trouble?
What happened?
One of them was in the car. They dumped her like a sack, like this. Pick her up. Take her inside. Get a doctor. Somebody we can trust.
Rex, we gotta get out of town.
We stay here. We stay. And they go. The amboys go. They go screaming.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with The Recruit. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Charles Corbin as Rex Barrett in The Recruit. They mended Julie. They found a doctor whom they could trust, and Julie was put together again. Her body healed, but Julie inside was different. She thought of vengeance as Rex did now, as something to be hoped for, planned for, waited for. And she was with Rex and Hatchet the night Lug burst in on them in the cheap furnished room, which was their hiding place.
Hey, I got something. I heard something. You come in like that, you take an awful chance.
Yeah. Look at Hatchet. Sash cord waiting.
I'm sorry, but I heard something.
You said that already.
The brothers are in the game back at Louis' garage.
Lug, who told you?
Remember that little hop-headed newsie likes Julie?
He's only a kid.
Yeah, he's older than you, Julie. Only looks like a kid. He's seen him go in there. So he hightails it over to Domino's bar where he knows I'm hoisting a couple, and he tells me if we want to get even for Julie, we got a chance tonight.
If we want to get even.
Okay. Hatchet, get the car. Lug, check the magazines for the chopper. Julie, what you putting on that coat for?
I'm going along.
You're staying here. Don't worry, baby. You get their scalps for souvenirs. Tonight.
How long we been sitting here, Rex?
Only an hour.
Not much traffic tonight.
There never is around here. Why?
Headlights in the rearview mirror.
So what? Some driver lost his way.
Keep your eyes peeled. You never know. Hatchet and me will watch the garage.
You figure maybe they used the back way out?
There isn't any.
Them brothers sure must be sitting on top of the world, going in a place with no back door.
And that car's coming awful fast.
What's he slowing down for?
Barrett, you were told to get out of town.
They're trapped.
The look at...
Drive, Hatchet.
Look. I can't see. Blood. They creased me. What's with Hatchet?
And they cut his throat with slugs. You hurt, Rex?
Not bad. Only messy. Get over there. Into the front seat. Drive. Fast. Gotta get out of here. Before the cops.
There you are, darling. This patch gets smaller every time we change the dressing.
It's time now. Time we made a plan. Well, we still got the car. We can get out of town any night.
You want to go, go. But not with me, and I keep the car.
Ain't you had enough yet?
Now, there are 3 bills to pay. Julie, Hatchett, and myself.
Promise me something, Rex.
Ask you, Julie.
This time I go along.
No. Too dangerous.
I got a right to go. They hurt me more than anybody.
She's got something there, right?
I don't...
You'll need a driver. With Hatchett gone, somebody's got to drive. You and Lug both will have to handle the guns.
That makes sense.
Rex, you're not going without me this time. If I got to hide in the trunk of the car...
All right. All right, you can go. Might be right at that. The poetic touch. Julie, you will do exactly as I say.
I will. I promise.
All right. Tonight, then.
Want me to check the chopper, boss?
No.
What then?
Just handguns. And a gallon can.
What you gonna do, Rex?
I will have a use for gasoline. First, we fill the can. Then we get the car and drive over to 35 South Park Drive.
Hey, that's where the Amboys live.
Yes. So it is, isn't it, Luck? And, oh, yes, Julie, be sure to bring along some matches, understand? A pack of matches. Most necessary.
I don't like this, Rex. I don't like it.
You don't have to like it. Just do it.
The hall outside their apartment and Julie down there alone in the car.
In the service entrance, she's safe. You think I'd take chances on Julie?
But supposing they come home with a bunch...
Then we wait until the bunch leave and we go in and get them out. Every detail is worked out, from the car you stole and parked in the proper place to the matches in Julie's bag.
I still don't like it, I tell you.
Shut up, they come.
Oh, brother, this is it.
You will keep your hands exactly at your side.
Don't try anything. Well, the boy wonders.
Our recruit who was so smart he got his girlfriend all...
Shut up. Walk straight ahead. Now, or I'll kill you at once.
Sounds as if he meant it.
Walk. To the back of the hall.
You won't get away with this.
If you think that, why are you walking?
With a heater in my back, I walk. As long as you're alive, there's a chance.
Stop here.
Service elevator. Got a car on a service drive?
What else? Push the button, Lug. The car will still be here where we left it. Modern buildings. Even the back elevators are automatic at 3 in the morning. Get in, quickly. Get in. Julie is waiting.
They talked more when I saw them last.
Want to hear them talk, Julie? Say something, Marty.
What for?
I said so.
Not me.
Me neither. Look, how would you like to open their mouths with the barrel of your gun?
That might be kind of permanent, boss.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. They might bore us. Well, it can wait.
Not much farther, Rex.
I know.
There's nothing out this way, just a few subdivisions.
I know. Where should I take you? Main Street?
Look, Barrett, you could make yourself some dough.
With you out of the way, I'll have the whole town to pick from.
With us out of the way, you'll be a prime target, Barrett. Our boys will find you.
Your boys will work for me. After you've gone up in a blaze of glory.
I don't get it. We'll split the town with you, Barrett. 50-50.
Until you put a slug in my back. I have you now. I don't let you go. You hear that? You're done. Through.
Then why all the rigmarole? Shoot and get it over with.
Shoot? Do you think you get off as easy as that? Do you think after Julie I'll let you off as easy as that? Drive faster, Julie, before I lose my patience and start on them now. Now we are here. Lug, open the door. Go to the other car. Open that door.
Check.
Now, Julie, you know where we left the can?
Yeah, Rex.
Get it. Stand close to the other car with him.
All right, Rex.
I don't get this.
Yes, another smart idea. Better. A hot idea. Now get out. Look, they're coming. If you try to run, shoot them in the knees.
You bet, boys.
Get out, I said.
Okay, we're getting out.
All right. The other car. Get in. One in front, one in back.
I won't do it. I'm not going to do it, I tell you.
Ah, you're alive. There's a chance, you said. You are wrong. Get in.
You can have the town, Barrett. We'll get out.
Into that car. Look, shut the door. Jam the lock, like we did on the other doors. Right.
That won't open inside or out.
He's half nuts, Marty. Jams the locks and leaves the front window open.
You will see how crazy. Once I promised Julie she would hear you scream. Julie, the can. Pour the gasoline.
I can't. I can't.
Give it to me. So, front seat. Throw some in their faces. Look, back to our car. Cover them from there.
On my way.
Now, Julie, your matches.
That's right. Wait a minute.
Julie, listen.
You can have anything.
Now they bag, and we do not listen. Julie, your matches.
I'll give you some money.
I have them, Rex.
Light
Have
one.
everything.
Go on, light one.
We'll give you dough. Any amount of dough you
Now
want.
throw it, quickly. Throw it and run to our car.
Hurry, the car's coming.
Throw it, Julie. You will hear them scream.
All right, Rex.
Yeah, now you know. Now you know how it feels. You make others. Now it's your turn.
Rex, stop with your gun. Let's get going.
Rex, come on. I can't stand this. Go.
Beat Julie. Kill Hanson. Shoot me. Now you know. Now you know.
What goes on here? Stand still.
They own the world and they hide like rats.
Don't move, any of you. You two in the car. Stay where you are. Your bail's done.
All right, Davis, get on the radio. Homicide in the meat wagon. And tell headquarters for once somebody way out here looked out of a window at the right time and called in. There's bodies in that fire, a dead hoodlum on the road, and 2 ambulance cases and what's left of that car. You want to bet we get promotions out of this, Davis? You want to bet?
Crime does not pay. Charles Corbin, who has starred as Rex Barrett in The Recruit, will be back with you in just a moment. Now, here in person is Charles Corbin.
Rex Barrett was the perfect recruit for men like Marty and Richie Amble. Rex came from the concrete and brick jungle where kill or be killed is the basic law, just as it is the law in any kind of jungle. But the fact that they fought each other and as beasts fight and eventually destroyed each other is not the major point. The fact remains that once society eliminates the kind of living conditions which spawn such men, society will cease to pay them tribute. Society will gain and not lose useful citizens. Society will be ready to move from concentration on punishment of crime to the final elimination of crime. It becomes quite apparent from this point of view that for everyone concerned, decent citizens as well as criminals, crime does not pay.
Thank you, Mr. Corbin. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Mark B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Geist. Technical advisor is Burton B. Tuckus. The events, characters, and names used in the story you've just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental. This is Bob Williams speaking.
pay.
Mayview Escort Bureau. Miss Mayview speaking.
Miss Mayview, Lucy.
Yes, Mrs. Appleton.
It's terrible. It's really terrible. And things I recommended you to.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow you.
It's Mrs. Greenleaf, you remember? I sent her to you. And we had a foster, Donald, Leonard, she and myself. And now her house has been robbed. And she wants to place charges with the police against those two wonderful boys we met through you.
Nothing like this has ever happened to any of the young men in my escort bureau, Mrs. Appleton. Nothing, ever. If I saw Mrs. Greenleaf, would I be able to... It wasn't my boy. And will you take me to her?
Oh, yes. To both questions.
Very well. I'll pick you up at your place in half an hour. Don, Lenny, come in here, both of you. I think you've made a big mistake.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear Escort for Hire, starring Mary Wicks. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring Mary Wicks as Lucy Mayview in Escort for Hire. There was nothing about Lucy Mayview nor the Mayview Escort Bureau which would inspire anything but confidence. The Bureau was a suite of rooms in a good hotel, an office suite in the midst of other offices. Neat, clean, efficient, businesslike. Lucy fitted the setting she had chosen. She, too, was neat, efficient, businesslike. The young men who worked for her had just the right modicum of charm, more than balanced by the kind of tweedy, male, rough but good looks which seemed to appeal to women who refused to admit that they'd passed the age of 45. So, Lucy did well. So well, she could afford to be choosy about clients. As she explained to her two star employees, Don Williams and Leonard Huntley.
We can afford to take our time, boys. The word's getting round. The ladies love you. They talk. That's enough.
Sure, Lucy. But why not take on a few more fellas, clean up, and retire?
What's your hurry?
Just a suggestion, Lucy. Don likes the green stuff, and so do I.
And I don't? Look, both of you, this business is my operation. I take the real risk, and I do the thinking. We follow my plans.
It was just a suggestion. We didn't mean anything.
Okay. We have two departments in this place, planning and execution. I do the planning, you two execute. Now, about tonight. Mayview Escort Bureau. Miss Mayview speaking.
Miss Mayview, this is Louise Appleton.
Oh, Mrs. Appleton. Yes, of course.
Not bad for her age.
Anything the matter, Mrs. Appleton?
Well, yes and no. I have a problem. I thought you might help me. That is, us out.
Well, if you'd explain a little further, Mrs. Appleton.
Well, I know how much in demand your escorts are.
Yes.
But as it happens, I have a friend.
Let me see. Yes, you have an appointment tonight with Donald Williams.
I have, but my friend, Mrs. Greenleaf, Mrs. Helen Greenleaf, happens to be alone. And we thought it'd be nice to have two young men. I know your bureau is busy, but I thought, as I'm, a regular customer and all.
I understand perfectly, Mrs. Appleton. Of course, I'm sure Donald would take perfect care of both of you.
Hey, one like Appleton's
Shut
enough.
up, Don. Don't worry. If you let me look at the appointment book a moment, Mrs. Appleton, yes, I can send Leonard Huntley along. At the usual rate, of course.
Oh, thank you so much, Miss Mayview. You're simply marvelous. And will you tell the boys that black tie will be sufficient?
Yes.
I've planned the most
marvelous evening. Yes, I'm sure you have, Mrs. Appleton. From all I hear, my boys are just about fighting among themselves for the privilege of escorting you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have them at your place at about 8.
Yes, 8 will be perfect. And thank you ever so much. I shall tell all my friends about your wonderful service.
Please do. Goodbye.
Please do what?
Tell her friends. Now, you know the address, Don. Black tie, both of you. 8 sharp. Flowers, the works. Let the poor babes have fun. They pay for it. Oh, how I hate to see this evening end. Why, it's been glorious.
Oh, thank you, both of you.
We did our best, Helen.
Well, here I am. Good night, Helen, darling. Good night, I'm so glad you had fun. Oh, I did, dear. I truly did.
Shall I take you to your door, Louise, dear?
You stay with Helen. I want her to know what it's like to have 2 men take her home. The last time that happened was just after I came out. Oh, boy, that was a party.
Oh, I'm sure Len...
darling. I'd better go up alone. Mr. Appleton was due in town on the 11 o'clock train. And, of course, you know... I've been spending the evening with Helen. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Tomorrow, Helen. Not too early. This is my place, boys. A poor thing, but mine own.
Poor? Why, it's as beautiful as your stables, Helen.
And as charming as yourself.
Thank you, boys. Ooh, I feel so wicked for some reason. 2 young men in my apartment after midnight. That must be it.
And not a single husband in sight.
He is, too.
What?
Oh, don't look so startled, boy. Just a photograph in that picture frame on the piano.
Oh, he looks a lot older than you, Helen.
He was. He died 3 years ago. Now, put your hats in the hall closet and be comfortable. The liquor's in that cabinet there. I've chest built in. I won't be but a minute, boys, and then we can have a nice chat.
Yikes. What a layout.
And not a husband in sight.
Hey, look at the liquor stock. This dame's all right.
Smarter than she acts.
And that rope of pearls she's wearing. Real, or I'll swallow them on their string.
And the rocks in those bracelets.
Hey, look here.
Found something?
Wall safe. As easy to open as a piggy bank.
Ixnay the Abe.
Now, don't tell me you've been too bashful to mix yourself drinks.
We just waited for you, Helen. Now, what would you like?
Well, you probably think I'm awful, but I'd like a short bourbon and soda for a last drink.
Fine. Make mine light, Len.
Jack.
You know, Helen, if I may, I'd like to say that you've made both Len and myself forget tonight that we're paid employees. You've been very kind.
Of course I have. I wanted a good time, too. That's the only way. That's the reason, boys, that I never go out with the same young men more than once. Familiarity breeds contempt, you know. Mayview Escort Bureau. Miss Mayview speaking.
Miss Mayview, Lucy.
Yes, Mrs. Appleton.
It's terrible. It's really terrible. And to think that I recommended you to.
Oh, I'm afraid I don't quite follow you.
Well, it's Mrs. Greenleaf, you remember? I sent it to you when we had a foursome.
Yes.
Donald, Leonard, she, and myself. And now her house has been robbed. And she wants to place charges with the police against those 2 wonderful boys we met through you.
Nothing like this has ever happened to any of the young men in my escort bureau, Mrs. Appleton. Nothing, ever. If I saw Mrs. Greenleaf, would I be able to convince her it wasn't my boys? And will you take me to her?
Oh, yes. Yes, to both questions.
Very well. I'll pick you up at your place in half an hour. Don, Lenny, come in here, both of you. I think you've made a bad mistake.
Why, what's wrong? Nothing serious.
Sit down. Sit down.
Sure, Lucy. I've been sitting.
You 2 took over the Greenleaf joint, didn't you? Well, didn't you?
Now, see here, Lucy, there's no...
Shut up. The Appleton dame just called. Greenleaf is going to file charges.
Holy smoke, if he's got no husband.
I know. But Appleton has. And that may be our ace in the hole. I'm going to see Greenleaf with Appleton. If I can get Greenleaf to believe that calling Copper will let Appleton's husband in on what his dear wife has been up to, it may save the situation.
Sure, it'll work. It's bound to. Nothing to worry about.
Maybe. Maybe not. Nothing except the fact that Greenleaf will knock us all over town. We operate without a license. And the cops have long ears. Nothing except the fact that you looted that place without my okay, without giving me my cut. Now pay up my 50%. The next time you pull a stupid stuff like this, you'll both wind up in cement overcoats. I think you both know that I don't waste words on idle threats. How can you possibly be so certain, Mrs. Greenleaf? Oh, I know it seems suspicious, but I've shown you the boy's references. Mrs. Appleton here has told you how she's been going out with Donald for months. Never a breath of suspicion. Louise is a fool, far bigger than I am. Helen, I never thought for one moment.
You never thought, period. Occasionally, Miss Mayhew, I indulge myself in the company of men younger than myself. At the close of the evening, I inform them that they will not see me again. Perhaps that's what caused your employees to work so quickly.
May I remind you, Mrs. Greenleaf, that you are making these charges in front of a third party. That is grounds for a suit.
Louise wouldn't dare testify. You wouldn't dare bring suit. You see, I have proof.
What kind of proof? Why, I can't believe my boy.
I opened the door with the key from my evening bag. After they left, that key was missing. The thieves came in and went out by the door while I was sleeping. Your boy, Leonard, mixed our nightcap. I had my chloral hydrate, just enough to make me sleep soundly. I have a case and a good one, and I intend to prosecute. I've held off this long out of respect for Louise. Now, this is your chance to return what was taken from me.
Just a moment, Mrs. Greenleaf. Out of respect for Louise, if you prosecute, the whole story will come out. The world will read in the papers your world of society and society columns that Louise arranged that date.
Helen, don't you see? Henry will find out, and I'll never be able to hold up my head. I see only a polite form of blackmail, and I'm not intimidated. My property, Miss Mayhew, or the police.
You're very determined, aren't you? Words don't seem to have much effect. Very well, then. In here, boys.
What? Greetings, lady. Happy to see you again.
What's the meaning of this?
Obviously, we have moved from the region of words to that of action. All right, Don, hold her.
Wait,
Land
Lucy, you couldn't. Keep your hands off me. I'll scream you.
She won't yell, Lucy.
No, I can't believe it, Lucy, not you.
Now, a small sample, Mrs. Greenleaf. I will not have my business interfered with. If you try anything, you'll die. Slowly. You'll beg to die. You understand? Understand? Understand?
Lucy, she's passed out.
Helen. I started this. Let me help in it. Her heart stopped.
Huh?
I was a nurse's aide, I know. She's dead.
All right. She's dead. It's murder, I suppose.
Now, wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Yes, brought about during the commission of a felony is murder in this state. Don't argue. Now, you do as you're told. You put her in the bedroom. Clean the place of fingerprints, then leave the back way. Louise will escort me out the way we came in. The maid will find the Greenleaf woman. It'll seem natural. And as for you, Appleton, you're into this up to your neck. You breathe a word and you'll be an accessory before and after the fact. I'll see to that. And what your husband will do will seem mild compared to what the law and the newspapers will do to you. You're one of us now. And from here on in, you'll operate under my orders and do exactly as I ask. If you know what's good for you.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with Escort for Hire. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Mary Wicks as Lucy Mayhew in Escort for Hire. no doubt about it, Lucy Mayview had the knack of turning trouble into advantage. She found a way to make Helen Greenleaf's death serve her, and she used it as a club over the heads of the boys as well as Louise Appleton. Lucy could be ruthless. In fact, she rather enjoyed it.
All right, Don. What's wrong?
Nothing.
No, stop it. I've had nothing but bad reports on you. Complaints even. You're preoccupied. You aren't solicitous. You treat our clients as if they weren't even there. 4 weeks of this.
I'm sorry. I'm bored, that's all.
You're scared, Don.
Scared? Of what?
Of murder.
It's not a very pleasant item to live with.
Unless you know how to use it.
You do, I suppose.
Definitely. You saw the notice in the paper. Greenleaf died of heart disease. So certified, period.
It's too easy. I don't like it. I am scared, Lucy. Look, it's a month now. Why don't we close up here and go to some other town?
Don't try to quit, Don. You're in as deep as any of us.
I'm not quitting.
Let me show you how this is going to work. Another 3 months, we'll have enough to retire.
Another 3 months, then 3 months more. Will you ever have enough, Lucy?
I've brains enough to know when the cows have been milked dry.
I hope so.
Up to now, Louise has paid for silence with cash. Watch this. Louise Appleton is about to extend the area of her cooperation.
Hello?
Louise? This is Lucy.
Oh, yes.
Are you alone, dear?
Yes, I'm alone.
Then you can talk.
What do you want? I paid this week.
My boys are idle. And idleness breeds mischief, doesn't it?
Yes, I suppose it does.
I want them to keep busy.
You know I can't be seen with them.
But your friends can.
I can't do it.
But you will.
I won't trap anyone as I trapped poor
But
Helen.
you will.
I won't.
You leave no alternative but to call your husband. A word, Louise, about your dates with Donald. A hint of embroidery. Need I say more? Well, Louise?
What do you want?
I want you to recommend us to your friends. You know the qualifications. Wealth, that little wish to feel wicked again that brought you to us. And, of course, at least one vulnerable spot, a husband, social position, professional status. You're familiar with all that, I know.
Well, I can't guarantee.
Oh, but you can. In fact, you have, haven't you, Louise, dear? You're going to have some new customers for me before the week is out. Aren't you, dear?
You're Lucy Mayview?
Yes. You're Mrs. Parnell?
Marna Parnell. Louise Appleton.
Thank you. Yes, of course I remember. Oh, you sit down?
Thank you. You're younger than I expected.
Perhaps that helps me understand the position of ladies like yourself.
Louise implied something like that. I hardly know where to start.
Well, it's not usual for ladies to come here. They prefer to telephone.
I buy content, not wrapping.
And you prefer to see what you're getting?
Oh, getting in, too. I gather from Louise that you're a very clever young woman.
Thank her for this. I trust you will have the same feeling.
I hope so, Miss Mayview. Louise mentioned a young man with whom she'd gone out occasionally. A Donald Williams.
Oh, yes. She seems to enjoy his company. Would you like to meet Don?
If he's here. I have a meeting of the Milk Fund Committee in a short time. I'm chairman this year.
Oh, are you? How nice. Excuse me a moment. Don, will you come in a moment?
Yes?
Mrs. Parnell would like to meet you.
Of course, Miss Mayview. How do you do, Mrs. Parnell?
How do you do?
Donald, Mrs. Parnell was sent to us by Louise Appleton, remember?
Oh, of course. Charming woman, Mrs. Appleton.
She spoke highly of you, Miss Williams. I must say you impressed me, if first impressions mean anything.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Parnell.
Yes, I'm happy to hear that. I think they do in this business. Now then, shall we arrange a date for you two? Or tonight, shall we say? Never waste time is our motto, you know, Mrs. Parnell.
I don't like it, Lucy. It smells like a double cross someplace.
An odor, Len, with which you ought to be familiar.
All right, don't rub it in. You can't blame a fella for trying once.
But I can remember he tried.
All right, I still don't like it. Don's been going out with that Parnell dame for a month now, and he's got nothing on her we can use yet.
Patience is the foundation of profit in this business.
In this racket.
I prefer the word business. Len, what's eating you?
Well, I've seen them in places on jobs that I've had for you. She never wears an evening gown.
Perhaps she doesn't like them.
A dame with her figure?
Why does that make you suspicious?
Because it doesn't fit the picture. That dame doesn't look or act or talk like the kind of dizzy characters we usually get, and smart dames don't need us.
You're imagining things, Len.
Not me. I know this business. That dame isn't on the level.
Feel better if I check?
Why not?
All right.
Who?
Louise. If there's anything wrong, she'll score.
Hello?
Louise? This is Lucy.
Yes.
What do you know about Marna Parnell?
What everyone knows. Chairman of the Milk Fund, a very nice-looking...
Oh, stop it. How have you known her?
Why, years and years. Yes, years and years.
Go to school together?
Yes, that's it. We went to Miss Drew's together years ago. It's a very exclusive school. Only girls of very best families. We had some wonderful times together. We really did.
I don't think you knew her 2 months ago.
You mean when...
When Greenleaf got hers, that's exactly what I mean.
How can you imply...
Oh, save it, Louise, until you get to my office.
But I can't.
You'll come. I'm sending Leonard for you in my car. You'll come at once. Go get her, Len.
Well, what do you want her for?
She's a rotten liar, and you may have hit on something. Get Appleton.
Bring her back here?
Here? In the hotel? Obviously not. If Louise needs a going over, she'll get it at my apartment. Take my car. And if she needs persuading, I'll leave that entirely up to you, Romeo.
This is your office, Lucy?
I prefer to bring my closest associates to my home.
Oh, I see. Thank you.
Why did you lie, Louise? That isn't healthy.
Lie? When did
you
I...
never went to school with that Parnell woman.
Oh, well, I said the first thing that came into my head, I guess.
We don't trust dimwits like that, do we, Len?
No, we don't.
And we don't care for them in our organization.
That's definite.
Well, then let me go. I swear I'll never breathe a word.
Until it becomes the first thing that pops into your head? No, Louise. No one leaves our organization.
It's a life membership. Once in, you stay in until you die.
Quite simple. Who's Marna Parnell? And this time, the truth.
Well, I met her at a milk fund meeting. She's the chairman.
Why did you send her to me?
She seemed lonely.
Len, what's your impression?
But Marna's always gone out with Don.
Shut up. Len's seen him together. Len?
That's been lonely in her life.
Well, I don't believe it. Why, she told me...
Told you what?
Well, that she'd never had a date.
This one's lying again, Len. What do you suggest?
A small refresher course in the truth, along the lines of what she saw her friend Greenleaf
Don't
get.
you touch me. You keep away from me.
Hold her, Len. Let her yell. No one will hear her.
A pleasure, Lucy. Sit still. You...
I don't care. I don't care anymore. I can't live like this. Tell me, do what you want. I will talk. I won't talk.
Brave, isn't she, Len? What'll it be? The usual? Or something special?
Make it fast, that's all. There's something with that Parnell dame that...
All right. Open up in there. Open it.
Help! Please! Help!
Sounds like it.
The name's Willis. Homicide. Here's the warrant.
Lies, all of it.
How do you know until you've read it, Mayview?
Oh, Mr. Parnell. Mrs. Parnell.
You dirty double-crossing...
The dame's a lady cop. I told you, Lucy.
Both of you for the judge. Thanks for tailing them so well, Lieutenant.
You can't make the charge stick. You've got no witnesses except this woman.
Haven't we? When your boy Williams is down at the station house saving his skin with his wagging tongue. Look, Maeve, you get this. Mrs. Appleton came to us with her story in confidence after she confessed to her husband. So we played along until Williams was willing to talk. You're going to find out the hard way, Mayview, that fleecing silly women may be a misdemeanor, but burglary, blackmail, and murder are something else entirely.
Crime does not pay. Mary Wicks, who was starred as Lucy Mayview in Escort for Hire, will be back with you in just a moment. here in person is Mary Wicks.
It's true that Lucy was clever, but like the vast majority of lawbreakers, not quite clever enough. Now, Lucy represents the type of criminal which lies in wait for the respectable citizen who contributes to crime by wanting to feel just a touch wicked. You'll find her type in any of several dozen activities, from escort bureaus to illegal gambling and back again. All these activities tempt by their daring and by their seeming harmlessness, but inevitably they lead to grief like Louise. And while the criminals involved are almost always caught, the fact remains that in the final analysis, for everyone concerned, crime does not pay.
Thank you, Miss Wicks. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Marks B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gard. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turtis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you've just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental. This is Bob Williams speaking.
Crime does not pay.
Gentlemen, I think the man's dangerous.
Politicians make big promises. Period. Usually.
Hey, look, what are you two guys worried about? Obviously, Nifty, if this man becomes the new district attorney, there's every reason to believe he'll go through with his attempt to clean up the town.
And obviously, we shall have to pull in our horns for a while.
Cut it. I knew you lugs before you started using half-dollar words. Before you worried about politics.
What's your suggestion, Nifty?
There's nothing in this world a lead slug won't take care of.
You're nuts, Nifty.
That's what you think. Me, I still figure like in the old days. A bum gets in your way, mow the man down.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear Mow the Man Down, starring Ward Wilson. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring Ward Wilson as Nifty Varden in Mow the Man Down. Some men seem born to crime. They move into a life of violence from all kinds of environments, and they thrive in the jungles of the underworld. Kill or be killed is their watchword, and they rise to power over the bodies of those who once stood in their way. Nifty Varden was a man like that. He relished the life he led, and he reveled in the execution of a crime only when the chatter of a machine gun was echoed by the squeal of the tires on the getaway car. When times changed, and the methods as well, Nifty complained, frequently, and in no uncertain terms, to his henchmen Hooks Dodd and Peachy Palmer.
It's not like the old days. Give me one good cowboy job and I'll quit beefing.
Oh, that'll be peachy. What do we got to beef about, Nifty? The dough rolls in, the dames are like they always was, and no slugs flying around.
It ain't right, that's all. Too easy. You get soft.
I don't mind. I like it this way.
Yeah, I know. You think it's peachy.
Oh, it ain't so bad now, boss. You just think it's rotten because the old days look good so far away.
Not so bad. It's a cinch. Too much of a cinch. Pay off in a few places, split the territory with barrels and juke, and then collect. It's dull is all, just dull.
Nifty, can I say something?
Say anything you want, Peachy, only make it short.
Well, I ain't so sure.
Now, hold it, kid. Yeah?
Barton?
Who's this?
Merrill Summers. Barton there?
I'm here. What's on your mind?
I'm calling a meeting, Barton.
Another meeting for the love
We're all heading for trouble, Barton. You, Juke, and me. We better have a meeting.
What kind of trouble?
The character running for DA on the reform ticket.
That Mr. 2x2?
My pipeline says he means what he's been spouting.
Campaign malarkey.
Not with him. He believes what he says. gets in, and it's beginning to look like he will, he'll try to clean up the town. That means us.
So what? Why don't you just hit him in the head with a fistful of slugs from a chopper?
That's one way. There's other ways, too. So I'm calling a meeting. Tuesday, 5 o'clock. Be there?
Yeah, I'll be there, but it's just a waste of time. I say knock him off and get it over with.
I don't like Varden, Barrels. I don't like him, and I don't trust him.
Yeah, well, that goes for both of us, Duke. But the fact remains that if the three of us don't handle this together, we're all done.
Bad as that?
Plenty.
Can we trust Varden? He's just likely to make a deal with this new DA.
Not with the DA. This guy is practically on our side that way. No deals.
I still don't trust Varden.
We gotta trust him. And since we split the rackets around here, he hasn't crossed any lines.
Okay, but you never know. How do you want to handle him?
Make out like we haven't been talking at all. Just waiting for him. You act like you're worried about this new type DA. Me, I'll play it like I ain't convinced. We'll find out what Varden's thinking. Okay, there's a knob on your side, too. Well, hiya, boys. Think you know Hooks and Peachy?
How are you?
Yeah, we know them, Varden.
What do you say, boys?
Park 'em outside, Varden. All rods and hoods strictly out at this meeting.
Yeah? Yeah. Out. Okay. Outside, boys. Stick around the door.
Check, boss.
Sit down, Varden. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah.
I'm sitting. Start the spiel.
We've got a rough time ahead, Varden, if we don't do something fast.
That's so? How'd you figure that, Duke? On the same adding machine you figured the nickels from your jukeboxes?
Why,
now, frankly, Varden, I'm not as worried about this man as Duke is. Why not? Politicians and elections have been bought before. Now, I suggest a war chest. Say, 25 grand apiece with another 25 call money.
I don't believe you can buy this election. Too much reform in the wind. Too many independent voters. You never know what they'll do when they pull the curtain on election day.
Suppose we spent dough on research. Get something on the guy. Threaten publicity to him.
You've been seeing too many movies, Barrels. No soap with this guy. He's clean as a newborn baby.
You've checked on him?
All over town.
Okay, so what? So why worry?
Gentlemen, I think the man is dangerous.
Politicians make big promises. Period. Usually. Hey, look. What are you two guys worried about?
Obviously, Nifty, if this man becomes the new district attorney, there's every reason to believe he'll go through with his attempt to clean up the town.
And obviously, we shall have to pull in our horns for a while. Cut it. I knew you lugs before you started using half-dollar words. Before you worried about politics.
What's your suggestion, Nifty?
There's nothing in this world a lead slug won't take care of.
You're nuts, Nifty.
That's what you think. Me, I still figure like in the old days. A bum gets in your way, mow the man down.
You haven't learned very much all these years, have you?
I'm still a better shot than you are.
I ought to pin your ears back for that crack.
Why don't you try, you clod?
Hold it, both of you. You know, this is just what the enemy wants. Get us fighting each other and we're all done.
Maybe you're done. Not me.
Ah, you too. We won't have much time to outsmart the DA, new or old, if we're gunning for each other. And I seem to remember that when we set up the deal in this town, we agreed that everything we had to do together, we'd do after we all agreed we'd found out the right way.
By unanimous vote.
Okay, so what? I still say knock the bum off.
And have this town sewed up so tight we'd have to scram on the first train out? Try getting this man, you'll elect his party and his successor, and this town will be too hot for anybody for years.
Okay. You got any better idea?
We might snatch his wife or his kid.
Same result.
So now what? Forgetting for the minute that my idea is the only way, and no kidding.
I guess we'll have to think about it more.
It's getting awful close to election.
Another meeting tomorrow?
Suits me.
Well, if we gotta, we gotta. I'm telling you, monkeys, the only way is the best way. Hot lead.
What What you doing to the chopper, Nifty?
Just getting it ready, Hooks.
Oh, yeah? Big job.
The biggest. So big, we gotta leave the chopper behind, so, I'm filing off the number.
Well, how's about the magazine? It's got a number, too, ain't it?
Yeah, help yourself. There's a file and the magazine.
Why you worried about the numbers, Nifty?
Never give 'em a chance to trace you, Hooks. And gun numbers are awful easy to check. When we do this job, boy, it's gotta be perfect.
Got it, Nifty. Just peachy.
Good boy. Can you reach the lock?
Just right. Your new limousine is ready, boss. Of course, the owner doesn't know it.
Save the comedy. Let me get at the dashboard.
Can't find a wire.
A flashlight, boss?
Oh, wait. Got him. Now, peel a little of the insulation. Splice the ends. Who needs a key to start a car?
When I should drive, boss?
No. This is too much like the old days, Peachy. I'm going to drive this jalopy myself. Hold your hat. Here we go. Smooth as silk. Got the gun. Now we get the car. Next stop, Hooks and the private garage. Same old tricks, same old routine. Sure feels good for a change.
Sunday driver's got the bolts on the plates all rusted.
Well, then cut him with the clippers.
No. I got him. Oh, is he going to be sore when he finds out?
Who, Barrels?
No. The guy who owns his heat. When the cops come around and tell him his plates were on the murder car. Like they call it in newspapers.
That worry you?
Not me. I hate Sunday drivers anyhow. Okay. Got him, Missy. Let's go hitch these plates to our car. Then we'll be all set for the fanciest killing this town ever saw.
Okay, gentlemen. Any ideas?
Barrels?
A couple. How about you, Duke?
I figure this guy is elected, see? Day after tomorrow, he's in.
We know that. Go on.
So we got to work around him. Now, the question is, how do you stop an eager beaver who wants nothing but convictions?
You don't have to tell me.
Aside from shooting him. Go on, Duke.
I figure it this way. If he's got no witnesses, he's got no cases. So we visit the witnesses. All of them.
Bright. Very bright. You could knock off one guy, but no. You got to chase in every rat hole in town and take off 100 characters instead.
It's safer. It isn't public.
Nobody will worry about a few stories.
Cut it. You make me sick. Think I'm keeping company right now with a pair of gutless wonders. A couple of jerks without the brains they were born with.
Are you coming along on this idea or not?
I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I got to count the witnesses first. But I don't figure to spend the next 20 years in the can because some loose-mouthed cokey decides to pick up a couple of bucks turning state's evidence. I'll let you know what I figure to do unless you read it in the papers first. Good night, gentlemen.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with Mow the Man Down. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Ward Wilson as Nifty Varden in Mow the Man Down. When Nifty slammed out of the board meeting, leaving Duke and Barrels behind him, those two gentlemen shrugged off Nifty's sarcasm and turned their attention to planning the attack on the men and women whom the new district attorney might use as witnesses against them. Not so Nifty. Not so at all. In his car, with Hooks driving and Peachy for company, Nifty began to outline his plan of attack.
Will this town sit up and take notice? Back into the headlines for old Nifty, boys.
Sure, boss, but ain't that just what Juke and Barrels are afraid of?
You bet your life, but not for the reason you think.
I don't get it, boss.
Well, look, those two chiselers keep saying the cops will be down on us, but that ain't the point. The whole town knows they haven't the guts to pull off a stunt like this, so it'll be me in the headlines, not them. It'll be me who'll take over the rackets, pushing them out.
Hey, that'll be Peachy.
Yeah, but then we'll have to fight them, too.
Not for long. Hey, what's the matter, Hooks? You going chicken on me, too?
Oh, me? Chicken? Are you kidding, Nifty?
Okay. Just don't let me start worrying about you, that's all.
Look, don't you never worry about me, boss. Don't worry about me.
Sure, don't worry about Hooks. Or me neither. We both go down the line with you, boss. You know that.
And keep it that way.
Well, we got the car and the gun, boss. Now what?
Now we wait.
Wait? What for?
To see if the dope gets himself elected. No sense wasting lead on a character who only wants to be a DA.
Yeah, I get it. So when do
Let him have it. Election night. If he's far enough ahead of the other guy running against him.
But there'll be 1 million cops around.
Yeah. And 2 million other dopes. Everybody trying to shake hands, pat him on the back, get a job for Cousin Joe.
So what about it? Happens every election.
So we walk into his headquarters, see? We want to shake his hand, too. And put something in his back besides an ache.
Oh, I get it. Then we scram while the women are screaming and the cops can't shoot. On account of they might hit somebody.
Right. Neat, huh?
Like a pen clear like a road map.
Sure sounds peachy.
Yeah, I got the timing laid out. The works. That guy gets himself elected. He's electing himself right into a 6-foot hole in the ground.
You know how I hate walking, Hooks.
This once it won't kill you. Sitting still might.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I know. You figure everything's just peachy.
So what's bothering you, Hooks?
Nifty's plan.
Well, I think
You say that again, you'll have me nuts.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Look, Nifty's plan looks terrific, the way he tells it. Only I don't feel like being no sitting duck, not even for Nifty.
How you be a sitting duck?
I'm supposed to sit outside in the car with the engine running.
Well, you can't cut it. We'd lose all the starting time in the getaway.
Yeah, sure. And all cops ain't church like Nifty always says. Don't you see? They see that's a dance down outside the joint, engine running. They're gonna check, see? And the minute they spot me, they'll know Nifty's inside. So they pick me up and go on inside after you and Nifty.
You tell this to Nifty?
Since when does he listen to me? Or you either?
It can't be like you say. Nifty wouldn't take chances.
Nifty ain't thinking, I tell you. All he wants is gunfights. Hungry for it. Like a lush one ain't had a drink in a month.
Hey, this is what you dragged me out to the park to tell me?
Yeah, that's right. If Nifty ever got wind of this...
Hey, he'd laugh at you.
Yeah, some laugh on me with a hole from a 45 in my belly.
Nifty wouldn't touch
I
you.
ain't so sure. Listen, if you ever breathe a word to him and I hear about it before he gets me, I'm going to cut you to ribbons. And I'm not kidding.
Don't worry, Hooks. I ain't talking. And you quit your worrying. Nifty's plans are going to work perfect. They always do, don't they?
Now, turning to the local scene this election night, we find James Perkins, the reform candidate for the office of district attorney, so far ahead of his rival that there's little doubt of his election. Perkins' campaign headquarters are expecting the opposition to concede at any moment, and Perkins' headquarters is the scene of a victory celebration at this moment.
Time to move, boys.
Anything you say, Nifty?
Yeah, anything you say.
Okay, Peachy, you know where the chopper's stashed? Get it.
Check, boss.
Hooks, you got the keys to the car?
Match.
Okay. Take ours, drive out to the garage. Park ours and pick up the special. Be back here in half an hour.
Oh, I can do it in 20 minutes, boss.
Take half an hour. You want to get picked up for speeding tonight? Go on now. Do like I tell you. Beat it.
Barrel Summers speaking.
Barrels. I got a tip for you.
Who is this?
Never mind. When you see Nifty Varden last.
A couple of days ago. Who wants to know?
I ain't using no names. Only I figured you ought to know what Nifty's up to.
Keep talking.
He's gonna knock off the new DA. You know, Perkins.
When?
Tonight. Half an hour.
You're crazy.
That's what you think.
The crazy coot wouldn't dare enough tonight.
Yeah, he figures to walk into the guy's headquarters, knock him over in the middle of the crowd.
And that's wild enough for Nifty. And wild enough for him to get away with it, too.
Okay. Now you know.
Why are you telling me?
On account of, I figure you might want to stop him.
Why should I stop him?
Because you don't want the cops on your tail. Okay, talked enough. I gotta go. You got the story, Barrels. That's all.
What's the rush, Barrels? You sounded like somebody was putting you in the hot seat.
Don't kid about that. We're both practically in it now.
What's cooking?
Nifty.
What's he want to do? Knock off Perkins on election night?
A little birdie told you?
You're kidding.
Am I? And why had Hooks Dodd call me and tip me?
How do you know it was Hooks?
I kept him on the phone till I was sure.
Nifty's gone nuts. Completely nuts.
Which leaves us in a fine spot.
You know when and where?
Hooks was most explicit at Perkins' headquarters practically now. What do you think you're doing with that phone, Juke?
Calling the cops.
Oh, they'll believe you, of course. They'll thank you for the information and arrest Nifty at once.
If they know what's good for 'em.
Hang up the phone. They'll tell you to chase yourself, or they'll grab you and dump you into the crazy house.
Okay, you're right. So what do we do? Let him pull it off?
Check. Or we stop him ourselves. Right. Next corner, Hooks.
Yeah. I know.
Pull up to the curb close as you can get. Double park if you got it. Peachy and me won't be long.
I hope not.
Repeat your share, Peachy.
I follow you in. I stop at the door of the room Perkins will be in.
Yeah.
When you yell, I shoot at the ceiling with my piece.
Right.
Then when the crowd runs, you let Perkins have it with the chopper. Then I follow you out. Backwards.
Good. A lead pipe cinch.
Holy smoke. Will you look at the mob?
The bigger the mob, the better for us.
Okay. Here we go.
Drive around the block.
Nifty.
What for?
Do like I say. All them jerks on the steps will break our necks. Let them get inside first. Turn the corner.
But I thought you got cold feet, Nifty.
Thought? Or hoped, Hooks?
Oh, no, only thought.
Oh, you sure surprised me, boss.
That's the difference between you mugs and me. I use my head.
Yeah, sure do, boss.
Hey, suppose the crowd inside don't split like you figure them to, boss.
So a couple of jerks get hurt. So what? The woods are full of them. Nobody will miss a couple more or less.
Yeah, they can only hang you once, Peachy.
I live without that, thanks.
Sure wouldn't live with it. Take it easy on the next corner, Hooks.
If they still got a crowd in the steps, you want I should keep driving?
Yeah. Might be too late for the morning papers if we waste any more time.
Oh, I sure would like to see Barrel's face when he reads about this.
The only face I want to see is Perkins when he looks into my chopper. Slow, Hooks.
Check.
Okay. Coast is pretty clear. Pull up and double park in front of that sedan.
Yeah, check.
Ain't it pretty? All the cops must be inside guzzling their heads off. Okay, boys, here we go. Peachy, open the door. Leave it open. Stay in gear, Hooks. Keep the clutch pedal down. No time to waste when we come out. Except if he ain't going in. What? Barrel.
Yeah, and me, too. Drop that chopper, Nifty. You're not going in.
How'd you find out? Who squealed?
Never mind the talk. That's our car behind you. You're covered from there. And we've got choppers, too. Now turn around. Get back in your car and keep driving till you're out of town, then stay out.
Says who? Try this in your guts, both of you. That's for you.
Come on, get back there. Yeah, looks like quite a collection for the meat wagon, Sergeant.
Yeah. Looks like Perkins got himself elected practically for nothing, too. You know who these mugs are?
Big shots.
The biggest. Barrel Summers, Duke Barry, Nifty Varden, and two of Nifty's boys. Hey, from the position of the bodies, you could almost say Barrels and Duke were trying to protect Perkins from Nifty.
You're kidding, Sarge. Who'd believe that?
Yeah, who'd believe that? Okay, lay off the talk. Call the meat wagon. Then go inside and tell Perkins he might want to see how effective he's been, even before he was sworn in. Brother, this is one for the books. One for the books, all right.
Crime does not pay. Ward Wilson, who was starred as Nifty Varden in Mow the Man Down, will be back with you in just a moment. Now, here in person is Ward Wilson.
It occurred to me when I read this play that the sheer audacity of Nifty Varden was almost unbelievable. Almost because right now, today, there are men like Nifty who feel powerful enough to defy the law just as he did. What this means in terms of the open taxes paid by all citizens for the support of sufficient police to cope with this situation, and in terms of the hidden taxes paid by all of us to the underworld through the tribute levied by men like this, is also unbelievable, but very true, and more expensive. Nifty paid for his crimes. So did Barrels and Duke and the others. So do you and I, every day. And we'll continue to do so until public anger achieves the final destruction of rackets of all kinds. Until we come to realize that for ourselves as well as for the criminals, crime does not pay.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Mark B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gart. Technical consultant is Burton B. Turkett. The events, characters, and names used in the story you have just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental.
Crime does not pay.
Really, gentlemen, you know by now that your recent failure severely limits your operations in this city. You must, as the saying goes, lie low for a while.
Okay, so what? You got any ideas?
If I say so myself, am the man you have been dreaming of.
Keep talking.
I fully intend to. Now then, working as I do in a firm of credit investigators, I am in a position to know which businessmen in this community are on the point of failing. Point one.
Gotcha. Keep going.
And if that were not sufficient to make me invaluable to you, I have an invention of my own. A means of setting any number of admirable bonfires with absolute safety. In fact, you can predetermine the time at which fire will strike. Point two. How can you possibly do without me, gentlemen? Without me and my brief candle.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear The Celluloid Candle, starring Ralph Forbes. Does Not Pay, starring Ralph Forbes as Morgan Finchley in The Celluloid Candle. There are certain segments of organized crime, the underworld as we like to call it, whose functions in the vast and frightening structure of theft and death are purely service functions. Infamous Murder Incorporated was a segment like that. Their service was obvious in their name. And there are similar groups whose work run the gamut from stealing cars to arson and worse. Sparks Davis and Matches Andrews were a service organization. Their nicknames described their work. And both Sparks and Matches were very proud of their results. As they like to put it,
Baby, when we blow them, they stay in pieces. What's left of them, and the insurance company pays. Yeah, now spread the kerosene, Matches. That watchman will be back soon. We got 20 minutes yet. I plotted his route when we cased the joint. Yeah, but we don't want him caught in the sea. That could be a murder rap. You should have been a lawyer. You and your legal worries. What do we got a mouthpiece for? Okay, kerosene's done. I want to get out of here and out of this neighborhood. But what do you think this place is going to make? Leather and high? Hey, what's the chances of a big noise, huh? With all the dust that sticks around a joint like this, plenty. We do this right, they'll call it spontaneous combustion. They won't even look for nothing. Okay, then. Ready? Wait a minute, let me check. Kerosene, you done? Yeah. I stuck the gasoline in the right places. Okay. Now, all we gotta do is roll the match. And then run like crazy. Good. On your mark. Get set. Go. She took good. Say you win. Just run. All right. Slow down. You want a cop to haul us in?
Yeah, nobody around this time of night.
Sure, so how will you explain running, huh? Use your head, you dope. Okay, we can wait here. Light a firebox? Why not? There she goes. Now it's my turn to have fun. That does it. You like to play with matches? Me, I love to pull out alarm box. Okay, let's scram matches before the fire boys start whooping up the street. Right. Hey, ain't that a pretty one, though? 3 alarms, or I ain't no expert. And we'll collect on this one, sure. Yeah?
Mr. Davis?
Who wants him?
This is John Harris, formerly of Harris Leathers.
Oh, yeah, Harris. This is Sparks. What's cooking? You ready to pay off already?
The insurance company is holding up payment on a suggestion of the fire marshal. His name is Horton, I've been told.
Impossible. That place blew sky high.
Yes, I know, but they found traces of kerosene. The fragments of a container which they say contained gasoline. They don't accuse me of arson directly, but their hints are broad enough. And I'm a ruined man, Davis. My creditors are hounding me. It was bad enough before the fire, but now you've bungled it, Davis.
Shut your yap. Trouble? Yeah, the fire marshal. Anything point to us? Not unless Harris talks, then he would dare. I'll see who that is, will you?
Yeah. Sure. What do you want?
My name is Finchley. Morgan Finchley. May I see Mr. Davis, please?
What do you want?
My card.
All everything.
You want to see this guy, Spot? Huh? Morgan Finchley, credit investigations. Who gave me for reference? Harris? Let him in. Okay.
Come in, Mr. Finchley. He'll see you.
Thank you. Good day, Mr. Davis.
Is it? Sit down. What's on your mind?
For you, Mr. Davis, and your associates, it may turn out to be a very good day.
That's so? Keep going.
An acquaintance of yours happens to be an acquaintance of mine. He referred me to you, as I happen to be interested in your line of business.
What's his name?
Harris. John Harris.
What did he tell you?
see from your tone that he's told you your recent attempt for him has failed.
Come on, get to the point, Mr. Finchley.
I shall, very shortly.
You want to fire someplace? We work for 50%.
Really, my friend, you are rather dense.
Save the insult.
Maybe I ought to throw you downstairs.
Mr. Davis, kindly restrain your overeager friend here.
Let him talk, Manchester.
Yeah, he sure has a big mouth.
All right, get it over with, Finchley. We're busy.
Really, gentlemen. You know by now that your recent failure severely limits your operations in the city. You must, as the saying goes, lie low for a while.
Okay, so what? You got any ideas?
Well, if I say so myself, am the man you have been dreaming of.
If you say so yourself. Anybody else say so?
You will, my good man, if you care to listen for a moment.
Keep talking.
I fully intend to. Now then, working as I do in a firm of credit investigators, I am in a position to know which businessmen in this community are on the point of failing. Point one.
Uh-huh. I got you. Keep going.
And if that were not sufficient to make me invaluable to you, I have an invention of my own. A means of setting any number of admirable bonfires with absolute safety. In fact, you can predetermine the time at which fire will strike. Point two. How can you possibly do without me, gentlemen? Or without me and my brief candle?
Brief candle, eh? This is a lot of talk. That candle gag's no good.
That's where you are wrong. My candle is perfect for the purpose.
You can't tell how long they'll burn. You set up an alibi, boom. Candle burns too fast, you're out of luck.
Uh-huh. But mine are made up from a special formula of my own. So much candle, so many minutes. I have them marked. Graduated like a measuring cup in half hours, and they never fail.
You got a sample?
I'm not selling candles. I'm offering a partnership.
You got a gall. Our business he tries to muscle in on, and he offers us a partnership.
Mr. Davis?
I'm still listening.
I cannot be associated in any way with prospective clients. That part I need you for. The approach, the making of the deal, part of the execution. You need me for the information on prospects to which I have access and for my candle. I suggest a three-way split, gentlemen.
You got a deal. When do we start?
At once, gentlemen, at once. I have here a list of companies whose credit is melting away. A little heat applied in the proper manner will benefit everyone. Starks, my good man?
Who else? Shoot.
Our first order is confirmed. Will you and Matches be good enough to meet me at 9 tonight at the corner of Grant and South 10th Street? We shall, I believe, spend a delightful evening. Well, not bad for one evening's work. 3 evenly distributed piles of green bill.
He likes money. He's human after all.
Ain't we all?
I trust you have observed the promptitude of the insurance company, mute witness to the security provided by my method of setting a fire.
Why don't you get it patented?
Your sarcasm is both heavy-handed and misplaced, my friend. As long as I alone retain the secret of the measured candles, I need no further protection. Do I, gentlemen?
Okay, Finch, you call this meeting. What do you want?
Let us call this the semi-annual meeting of our board of directors, Sparks, shall we?
Call it anything you want. Only get it over with.
Oh, matches. Always impatient, always. Shall we call the meeting to order?
What's on your mind, Finch?
We've been together now for 6 months. Am I correct?
Yeah, just about.
Each of us has rather a decent bank balance. Correct?
So what? That any reason to drag us out to the middle of no place because you want to have a meeting by candlelight?
I selected this abandoned building in a secluded section as a particularly appropriate setting for what I have in mind.
I don't like the smell of this.
Nor would you like the substance, Sparks, my friend. You see, we have all grown wealthy on the information and the method I have supplied. I think it is true that without me, you would no longer be operating.
Now he's taking bows.
From now on, I'm taking more than bows, gentlemen. From now on, I'm taking half the income. You two may split the other half any way you choose.
What? You think we'll let you get away with that?
You have no choice, gentlemen. I have just elected myself majority stockholder and chairman of the board. Although I doubt if the Wall Street Journal will make mention of the fact.
Now I am going to bust you and right in the snook.
I have grave doubts about that, Matthews.
So you play with guns, too.
Why not? Only I'm not playing. I'm quite serious.
Put the heater away, Finch. You can't get away with this.
Can't I? May I point out that the candle on the table is one of my own. It is a 3-hour candle. 3 hours from now, I shall be quietly ensconced in my bed after a stop at a nearby tea shop and a brief conversation with my landlady when I arrive home. You two, unless you promise to behave, will be here.
All right, get him, Mackie, with pleasure.
You see, Sparks, I'm quite serious.
Just let me get my hands on you.
Naturally not. And since you are the only witness to the death of poor, stupid Matches... Quite neat. Now, a few sheets of celluloid, thus, and then on my way. Do your work, little candle, gleaming so brightly in this dark, dark world.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with the Celluloid Candle. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Ralph Forbes as Morgan Finchley in The Celluloid Candle. It would, of course, be pleasant to report that Morgan Finchley walked out of his meeting with the unfortunate Sparks and Matches directly into the arms of the proper authorities. But such was not the case. His candle did its work. By the time the fire department arrived, the old frame building was beyond saving. Sparks and Matches were unidentifiable in the smoldering ruins. Morgan Finchley was on his own, and he operated accordingly.
Mr. Darlington, I am a credit investigator.
Yes, so your card informed me.
Therefore, I am in a position to know the financial status of many businessmen.
Obviously. But what you have to do with me, I hardly see.
I think you do see, Mr. Darlington. Darlington Mills are on the verge of bankruptcy.
What are you driving at, Finchley?
I have the means to rescue you from your predicament, Mr. Darlington.
Then you're a genius.
In some respects, yes. You see, I happen to know that you are rather heavily insured. Fire insurance, Mr. Darlington.
Ridiculous. You'd never get away with it.
Perhaps you have heard of the Union Shirt Factory, the stateside chemical company, the Master Tailor clothing plant.
You set those fires?
Oh, let's not be crudely direct, Mr. Darlington. Let us say rather that I was part of the modus operandi which enabled those companies to collect sufficient insurance to get back on their feet.
Well, if you did that, you are a genius.
I consider myself rather a benefactor of humanity, Mr. Darlington. You see, without my efforts, many people would now be out of work. As is, they're all gainfully employed. And, well, many small boys have been delighted to see the engines roll and watch the firemen at their work.
You're a rascal, Finchley. But I think we may be able to do business. Really, gentlemen, I see no cause for this summary treatment. Why have I been brought here?
I'm the fire marshal, Darlington. Horton's the name. This is Sergeant Newell, homicide detail.
How do you do, Mr. Darlington?
Yes, how do you do? I'd still like to know why...
Why we sent a radio car for you.
Yes, I'm a busy man. A new site for my factory. I must see the insurance company.
I see, yes, the insurance. Well, it won't be paid just yet, Mr. Darlington. I've requested the company to withhold payment.
You've exceeded your authority.
Have I? When my men searching the remains of your plant found the main sprinkler valve intact and closed, Mr. Darlington.
I don't quite follow.
I think you do. I think you know that whoever set that fire for you closed that valve before the incendiary material went off.
I had no such idea.
And perhaps you had no idea, Darlington, that a fireman was killed inside your factory.
What? I had no idea.
The fact was kept out of the newspapers at the request of homicide. A death caused by a fire of incendiary origin, Darlington, changes the charge from arson to murder.
That's why you're here?
That's why you're here, too.
But this is... It's ridiculous. I wasn't even near the place.
You think we're complete fools, Darlington?
But why me?
Because you were on the edge of ruin, Darlington. This we know.
It's more than arson now. It's murder. Now, if you tell us, we might let you plead to an attempt to defraud.
If not, you'll face arson and conspiracy charges.
And the murder charge.
Now, who set that fire for you?
We'll find out anyway, Darlington, so you better talk.
We mean business talk, or we book you for murder.
Now, stop stalling. You're caught and you know it.
All right, gentlemen. I'll talk.
Will you repeat what you're going to say to a stenographer?
Yes. Yes, of course.
All right, start talking.
His name is Morgan Finchley. He works for a credit firm.
Which one?
I don't know.
Undoubtedly an alias, anyway.
All right, Darlington, go on.
Well, he made an offer. He knew how close to the edge I was. And, heaven help me, I took the offer. It looked like a way out. I never thought anyone would get hurt.
That's what they all say. They never thought.
Can you identify this man?
If I ever see him again,
I hope you will. I sincerely hope you will.
Meanwhile, you'll be watched, Darlington. If he attempts to contact you, let me know, and we'll tell you what to do.
Is that all?
Except that I have to go to that fireman's funeral. That's all for now.
It's a neat proposition, isn't it, Mr. Lowry?
Very neat indeed, and apparently no risk on my part.
Precisely. Are we in business together, Mr. Lowry?
You want half the insurance?
Yeah, that's my usual price for my services and silence, Mr. Lowry.
All right, Finchley, but work quickly. My creditors are closing in fast.
Sprinklers turned off. Windows just right for a good draft. Candle and celluloid protected from the open window. And all these inflammable. Lovely, lovely, just lovely. Now, small candle flame in the gloom. How pretty. To paraphrase the bard, burn, burn, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and sets his hour upon the stage and then burns no more. It is a tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. On your way, Morgan Finchley. I wonder what poor old matches with the thought of my erudition.
Just a moment, you.
Are you addressing me, officer?
I am. What are you doing in this neighborhood this time of night?
Why, this has been a pastime of mine for years. I enjoy wandering about the factory districts at night when they're deserted.
Oh, you do you? And how do I know you didn't come out of, say, the Lowry warehouse just before I turned the corner?
Oh, this is preposterous. I'm a respectable citizen. I will not be treated like a common criminal.
Sorry, mister. We got orders. Pick up everyone. Vagrancy charges. Too much burglary hereabouts recently. Come along quietly now.
I demand the jailer. I demand to know what I'm held for. A citizen has a right to know the charge placed against him. Jailer! Jailer!
All right, quiet, you. Quiet.
I've never been treated like this in my life. My pockets emptied, incarcerated, ignored. Makes the third degree. Well, at long last. At long last indeed.
This way.
Where's my property?
You'll see Sergeant Newell.
Is that the red-faced person behind the desk?
You'll find out. Save the conversation. In here.
You the man they picked up at South John Street?
I am.
Booked under the name of Marvin Forster?
I am, and I demand...
My name is Newell, Sergeant Homicide. This is Fire Marshal Horton.
Well, I am honored, gentlemen.
Are you?
I'm afraid I do not understand your attitude, gentlemen. I am a respectable citizen.
Who set fire to the Lowry warehouse tonight?
The Lowry? Oh. The place your good policeman accused me of breaking and entering.
It caught fire less than 1 hour after you were picked up.
But in that case, I was safely in your very strong jail, gentlemen.
Save it, Finchley.
Are you addressing me, Sergeant?
Definitely. Your hotel key was in your pocket. We searched your room with a warrant. We found you'd registered under Morgan Finchley, but you gave us a different name. And we found... Tell him, Marshal.
We found a supply of sheet celluloid and a dozen candles with tie markings on them. We've got you, Finchley.
We had you in our pocket, Finchley, by accident, but we had you. The general pickup order paid off.
You can't prove anything. It's all circumstantial.
We've got Lowry, too. He'll identify if he knows what's good for him. And your old friend Darlington has already had a look at you. He knows you. Knows you well enough to put the finger on you for murder.
I'm being framed. That's it. I'm being framed. I can't get away with it. You'll pay for this. All of you. You can't do it.
Oh, shut up, will you? You're done and you know it. Now throw him back in his cell and take away his tie, belt, and shoelaces. This is one arson bug who's really going to burn.
Crime does not pay. Ralph Forbes, who was starred as Morgan Finchley in The Celluloid Candle, will be back with you in just a moment. Now here in person is Ralph Forbes.
Men like Morgan Finchley could not operate unless so-called honest citizens, in moments of weakness or worse, decide to make use of their nefarious skills. Think about this a moment. Think of the losses involved to every one of us in property, self-respect, and the added taxes demanded for increased law enforcement. Think of it this way, and you'll see that for everyone, everywhere, not merely the criminal, crime does not pay.
Thank you, Mr. Forbes. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Mark V. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gart. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turkis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you've just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental. This is Bob Williams speaking.
Crime Does Not Pay.
All right, what's your specialty, Chicago?
Chicago piano. The chopper. You know.
Yes, I know. And you, Sight?
I pinpoint him, Miss Roberts, with a rifle. Telescope sight drills him neat like.
Well, so I have a choice of weapons. You boys ever met the Duke?
Never set eyes on him.
Me neither.
Practically perfect. I think we have a good beginning. From here on in, we'll do all right. The plan's good.
You got a finger man for the job? We never seen a Duke. Don't want to take no chances and get the wrong character.
There'll be no finger man.
For what, then?
There'll be a finger woman. Me.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear The Doll, starring Sarah Hayden. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring Sarah Hayden as Diane Roberts in The Doll. Somewhere along the line from girlhood to mature womanhood, Diane Roberts took the wrong turning. Somewhere, for some reason which kept close within her, bitterness became her chief emotion. At some moment, that bitterness curdled, and Diane shut everything out of her mind and her life except the passion for power. Power she would have, even the power of life and death. Diane reached her goal. The nightclub she controlled with their associated rackets gave her wealth and made her a member of the National Combination, the dreaded syndicate which ruled organized crime. Diane, known as the Doll, was sophisticated, sharp-witted, and dangerous.
So you think you want to work for me? Yes, Miss Roberts. Good figure. Attractive face. You certainly don't look hard. Why do you want to work for me? Well, I want to make some money. I've got to support myself. A man let you down? Do I have to answer that? You have. Who told you to come to me? I just came. People don't just come to me. Certainly not people with a corn-fed look on you. Who sent you? Mr. Arnold. How did you get to him? Does that matter, Miss Roberts? I met him. He told me a girl could learn plenty from you, that you knew all the tricks and then some, he said. He told me after I'd been with you for a while, I'd get smart enough to go in business for myself, in some other town. He lied. I don't understand. Look, kid, what Duke your Mr. Arnold had in mind to do with you, I don't know. I don't care. But working for me the way he meant would get you nothing. A few dollars, that's all. So be smart. Forget it. You sound as if you don't like Mr. Arnold. I thought you were associated. I don't have to like him to split the rackets with him and some other men. If I see him once a year, it's a lot. I don't like his methods, any of them. For instance, I don't like what he forgot to tell you. Forgot to tell me? Yes. That nobody goes into any phase of my business, from nightclub camera girls to shaking down exclusive women's shops, without an okay from me. And that goes for the whole country. Then I couldn't have gone into business myself. Not a chance, kid. Even if you started by lugging a camera in some nightclub. That's for dumb blondes. I don't think you're dumb. I do think Duke had some other ideas, like getting the inside of my operations for his own purposes. Do you take shorthand? Yes, I do. Work for 60 a week? 60? When do I start? That's what I like. Start now. Answer the phone. Yes, Miss Roberts. Miss Roberts' office.
Is she there? Miss King Porter.
One moment, please. I'll see. It's a Mr. Porter. The King. Kid, say, what is your name? Mitzi Allen. All right, Mitzi. When the King calls, I'm always in. Give me the phone. Hello, King?
Doll, there's a meeting tomorrow night, my apartment.
For everybody?
Everybody except the Duke.
Oh?
He's been getting out of line. You'll get the details tomorrow. Ernie and Pete are flying in. Be there.
Well, so the Duke is going to get his comeuppance. At last.
I want the Duke.
Why, King?
Seems to me he's done pretty well for us.
He's one of us, King. What have you got on him?
You haven't seen the accountant's reports for the first 6 months of this year, have you?
The Duke falling down on the job?
He's getting too good for himself.
You got the sheets, King?
Now, see for yourself, Ernie.
Yeah, I see. Number of jukeboxes up. Take is reported down. Hey, what's this sheet?
It's just a little survey I had made. It's evidence. Pinballs. And slot machines, too. Which rather cuts in on your part of our deal, doesn't it? Getting big for his britches, isn't he?
Has he been making book on the side?
Not yet, but that's in the cards, too, I'd say. Doll,
Yes, Peter.
you've been very quiet.
Why make talk when it's obvious the King is right?
Well, you said it yourself. He's one of us, just under the hood.
And that makes it worse if we can't trust each other. Any sign of the Duke having plans in your direction, Doll?
As a matter of fact, there has been a sign. He sent a girl to me for a job. I have an idea he meant to use her somehow. And she's working for me. But not for him.
You sure?
I'm sure.
All right. Our boy seems to have big ideas. Very big ideas, and I want him taken care of.
Where and when?
Well, he's here in town as quickly as possible. Cowboy job depends.
On what?
On the plans. I think it's best we leave the plans to the party who gets the job.
You know what you want, King. Let's hear it.
All right. Ernie, I want you seen in Las Vegas every night for the next 2 weeks.
That'll be a pleasure.
You'll lose your shirt on the machine.
Oh, I don't mind giving Pete some loose change.
Where do you want me, King? Miami Beach. And I'll be in New York. Perfect alibis.
I see. Why me?
Well, now, Doll, I'm sorry, but when you came in with us, it meant that you assumed equal responsibility.
I'm not complaining. Just asking. Why me?
Because you're the one of us who's least known. Because you're the last one that the Duke's mob or the police will tie in with a killing.
Do I get any help?
I can let you have a couple of my boys.
Are they good?
The best. Neat workmen, too, all things considered.
Names?
Chicago Reed and Sipes Jackson. When do you want them?
The day you gentlemen arrive at your destinations. That will be...
Day after tomorrow.
I'll be expecting them.
It's settled then. Take care of it any way you think best, but do it within 2 weeks. Check?
Check.
I'll be very interested to read about it in the New York papers. Ought to make a big headline. Don't you think?
Come in. Yes, Mitzi? 2 men are outside. Nice looking? Not very. They want to see you. Names? No. One of them said to tell you they want to give you regards from Mr. Vincent. Well, right on schedule. Send them in, Mitzi. Stay out yourself. I don't want to be disturbed by anything. Except, of course, the King if he calls. Yes, Miss Roberts. You may come in, gentlemen. Care to identify yourselves, boys?
I'm Reed. Chicago Reed. Jackson's the name. Sipes Jackson.
Know what you're here for?
A job. We figured it was important. Pete just said go to the doll. She's the boss on this one.
You care how big the target is?
The bigger they come.
We want the Duke.
Well, I thought it wasn't no small-time gorilla.
Any hesitations?
You want a job? We do it.
All right. What's your specialty, Chicago?
Chicago piano. The chopper. You know.
Yes, I know. And you, Sipes?
I pinpoint 'em, Miss Roberts, with a rifle. Telescope sight drills 'em neat like.
Oh, so I have a choice of weapons. You boys ever meet the Duke?
Never said I done him. Me neither.
Practically perfect. I think we have a good beginning. From here on in, we'll do all right if the plan is good.
You got a finger man for the job? We never seen a Duke. Don't want to take no chances and get the wrong character.
There'll be no finger man.
For what, then?
There'll be a single woman. Me.
Mitzi?
Yes, Miss Roberts.
Get me this number. On this phone, not through the switchboard.
Yes. Oh,
Something surprised you?
it's Mr. Arnold's number.
This surprises you?
Why should you call him?
Purely a matter of business.
Of course, Miss Roberts.
You recognize his private number.
He gave it to me. Wouldn't let me write it down, made me memorize it.
Apparently he expected you to use it.
I guess so. But since I've been with you, I haven't.
I know that.
Yeah?
Mr. Arnold.
Baby, where you been?
Miss Roberts calling, Mr. Arnold. Here he is, Miss Roberts.
Thank you. Hello, Duke.
The doll. Well. Miracles do happen. Looking for a date, doll?
I want to talk business with you, Duke.
I get it. The king's in the big town, Ernie's in Las Vegas, and Pete's in Miami, or so the papers say. And while the cat's away, the mice can play. Right?
Possibly. When and where can I see you, Duke?
How about my place? Tonight?
You don't waste time, do you?
Not with the girls, doll. How about tonight?
I'll be there.
Miss Roberts, you're going to him? Isn't that like the fly and the spider?
You might put it that way, little one. With a slight twist in reverse. This time, the spider is going to walk into the parlor. The Black Widow spider.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with The Doll. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring Sarah Hayden as Diane Roberts in The Doll. The doll made her preparations carefully. There was no actual plan as yet, merely the hazy beginnings of an outline. But Sights drove her car, and Chicago was only half a block behind in another car when she went calling on the Duke. He opened the door for her himself. She walked into his living room, looked around.
You have excellent taste, Duke. I like your place.
Not mine. I pay the best decorator in town to pretty up the joint.
Wonderful what money will do, isn't it? Well, the chairs not only look well, they sit well.
Drink?
No, thank you.
Cigarette?
Not just now, thank you.
No minor vices?
That sounds as if you expected me to have a few major ones.
Do you?
A smart woman never admits to such things. She expects a man to find out for himself.
This is the first chance to find out anything about you.
Didn't you try? With the Allen girl?
I had some such idea. Missy's smarter than I thought.
She's bright.
Well, she's bright enough to know that loyalty pays off in the racket.
To a point.
To a point. You interest me, Diane.
What did you call me?
Diane? Why?
That's the first time in years. Why?
Well, because for some reason, you're not the doll tonight. Now, you ought to be as hard as the diamonds you're wearing, but you're not.
Why did you expect me to be hard?
And the few times I've seen you across the table at our meetings, it was just as if a man was sitting in your place. Tonight, you're all woman.
Well, that'll be enough of that.
Why, Diane? Afraid to be a woman?
I came here to talk business.
Wearing that perfume?
Oh, stop it, Duke. I'm 10 years older.
Not tonight, honey. Tonight, you're Diane, who's surprised at herself and a little afraid of herself.
That's a line, Duke. I'm old enough to know.
Ah, but you love it, don't you?
Duke, how about a deal?
you'd like to cut in on my business. I'd like to expand into yours. We might pick up some of Ernie's and Pete's as we go along. We could even get the king out of the way.
You're not making much sense, Diane.
I suppose I'm not. What would Mitzi do in a situation like this?
Mitzi? Well, she'd relax. Wait.
Relax and wait.
Yes. She'd let the moment take care of itself. Period.
I see. Period.
No, my mistake. Not period. Colon. The punctuation mark, which means as follows.
Morning. Diane?
What? Oh, you.
Yeah, me. Again.
What do you want?
I want to see you. Tonight.
No, Duke. Absolutely no.
Tonight.
There's no use, darling.
What did you call me?
Darling. But I didn't mean...
Tonight, Diane.
Tonight. It's taking a little time, King. I've got to soften him up first.
Now, look, doll, it's 3 days past your 2 weeks. I want the Duke. And I want him in 48 hours, you understand?
I may not be able to deliver him.
Cut that out. You want me to believe you're making a deal with him?
Oh, you know I'm not.
All right, but I'm beginning to need proof.
Proof from me?
Yes, I want the Duke. 2 days. Now make up your mind, doll. It's him or both of you.
Got it straight, boys?
That's his front window straight across the street.
Right. Now repeat the plan. You tight.
We stay here. You keep your date with the Duke. You get him to the window. When he's standing there, I let him have it with the old dirty-dirty.
That's it.
A cinch.
This is the rifle, Miss Roberts. Ain't it a beaut? Look at the sight. Why, a kid couldn't miss with this. Go ahead. You can touch it if you want to.
Touch it? I couldn't. I'd feel as if my fingers would drop off.
You know, darling, I used to go for all the young babes. I had this place fixed up for that kind, like Mitzi.
And now?
You spoil me, Di. Their kind looks like exactly nothing to me.
I wish you hadn't said that. It's not that either.
Well, what's the matter? You sick or something?
No, I'll be all right.
You feel faint? It's awful stuffy in here.
It's all right, I said.
I can open a window anyway.
No, Duke. Leave the window alone.
Di.
I mean, it's not stuffy in here at all. I like it just the way it is.
Now, suit yourself. Hey. Stop pacing like that. Sit down, relax.
And let the moment take care of itself. Right?
Huh?
You said that the first time I came here. Duke, what did you expect that night?
What I'd always seen before. The doll, ready to do business on a big scale. All business. Sharp, dangerous.
Dangerous.
You are. You're dynamite. Die for dynamite. But not in the way I expected. Darling, you sure put me out of circulation. Me, the Duke, who never dated a day more than twice.
Stop it, Duke. I can't stand it.
Oh, what is this? Conscience?
There's nothing on my conscience. I don't believe I have one. I killed it long ago when you were in knee pants.
If this isn't the silliest conversation... Listen. Come here, sweet. We got better things to do than
No,
talk.
don't.
Oh, what are you, hysterical? Let me get to that window.
Get away from it. Yes.
I want to open it.
No, Duke. It's cold. I want to stay warm.
Excuse me a moment, Di. Yes?
Mr. Arnold, is Miss Roberts there?
Hold the phone. For you, Di. The Allen girl. But don't you want to answer?
All right. Yes, Mitzi?
Miss Roberts, it's the King. On the other phone. He wants to know if...
Duke! Get away from the window!
Mitzi, tell the king what he called about it. Just been taken care of.
Let's see him, Chicago.
Full house. Any arguments?
No arguments. Another hand, Miss Roberts?
No, thanks. Poker's dull tonight, Sykes.
Yeah, it always is after a job.
Did you look at him, Miss Roberts? Was it a neat job?
Practically perfect.
It's a swell club you got here, Miss Roberts. It's real class.
Best thing about it, now the doorman and the head waiter. They'll swear on a stack of Bibles we've been playing poker here all night.
Ah, you think of everything, Miss Roberts.
You sure do.
Do I? How about a little excitement, a real game?
Give me a chance to win back what Chicago took from me.
Not tonight. I'm hot tonight.
No. A different game. Look.
Hey, that's no lady's gun.
Police positive. 38 special.
My own. The king gave it to me when I joined the National Combination. You boys game? For Russian roulette?
I don't like to play with guns.
One chamber is loaded. You know the game. Spin the cylinder, hold the muzzle to your head, pull the trigger. 5 chances to 1, you'll live.
Well,
Afraid to take a dare?
Who, me? Give me that gun.
No, Sykes.
Shut up. Here goes nothing.
He got it. He got it.
Like he gave it to Duke. In the head. You next, Chai?
I ain't so sure only one chamber was loaded. I want to see that gun.
See it, Chai. Look down its muzzle. Look carefully. You were right. All 6 chambers were loaded.
You're nuts. You're a crazy, nutsy Dave.
You're crawling, Chicago. You're so scared of dying, you're crawling.
No. Both of them. Okay, Duke. Now myself. You're a fool. That's not the way. It leaves the king and the other 2 behind.
Miss Roberts, you coming here?
I've got to use the phone, Mary.
The phone in here?
I don't have a phone in my office here. When I come here, I don't want to be disturbed. Give me a nickel, Mary.
Yes, Miss Roberts. The phone's right there.
No booth here. No privacy for the girls, is there?
Can I get you something?
Not now.
Police department.
Give me homicide, quickly.
Yes, ma'am. Homicide. Sergeant Gordon.
Sergeant, this is Diane Roberts.
What's your trouble, miss?
I've just killed 2 men, and the 3rd is dead because of me.
Say, who are you, the doll?
Yes, I am.
What is this, a gag?
Come over here, Sergeant. The Whistle Club, you know where it is. Come over here quickly before I lose control of myself. You can have me in the combination, King Porter, any Blackfeet spin for all of us. We'll go together, You can't have the Duke. He's gone already. He's gone. I fingered him myself. Tonight.
Crime does not pay. Sarah Hayden, who starred as Diane Roberts in The Doll, will be back with you in just a moment. here in person is Sarah Hayden.
Diane Roberts bore a grudge against the world. She chose the way of violence and crime to work out that grudge. And like most people of this type, she came to the point where she found the violence had turned upon herself. That her way of life was unbearable. That nothing was left to look forward to except the end. Diane Roberts learned too late, as most men and women of her ilk always learn too late, that crime does not pay.
Thank you, Miss Hayden. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Mark B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Gart. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turtis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you have just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental. This is Bob Williams speaking.